fuck. Hello.
Ali?
Avast and ahoy once again to ye mateys. I'm Josh the Pirate, and it brings me a size 14 pair of shoes full of delight to welcome you once again to the Humblewood. Above me, I have me hearty crew, the kinetic Rachel Foucar, the kindled Mitch Earnshaw, the kinky Dan Suelto, and the kinesthetic AJ Winters. Come on, Dan, look me in the eye and tell me it's not accurate. You're the most sexual being on this stream.
One blast like this.
Okay.
Dan is the most sexual person on this stream.
You have no idea. You've never been. You don't know. You don't know, man. And behind the scenes today, we have the kind-hearted but sometimes mean Serum76. Like when he says, like, "Okay, you're going now." I was like, "What?" Okay, I wasn't even sure if he was serious. All right. We must also shout out to our kindred artist Breepie, whose artwork you can see on the screen, and the deck of many who are the minds behind this particular setting. And yes, your dreams have been heard, your prayers have been answered. We have a special guest back with us tonight, the Kipling-esque Sean O'Donovan. I am also overjoyed to announce that Wooten Forge are back on board as our sponsors for another season. They design and manufacture high-quality wooden tabletop gaming products using beautiful Australian and exotic hardwoods, like the thing that AJ is gently and subtly and kinkily caressing. There you go.
Touch that hardwood.
Hey, that's my title today.
They are local to WA and they even do custom orders. Check out their incredible work on their website, wootenforge.com. Plus, thanks to Wooten Forge, we have an amazing giveaway for this evening.
Ooh.
So type. Hang on, I will start the thing. I will start the giveaway, create and start. Theoretically, it is now running. So if you type !ticket in chat, you will be entered into the giveaway for a Wooten Forge spell tracker, like what AJ's holding in her hands.
Perfect for a barbarian.
Exactly.
Look,
or a paladin.
There's only so many times you can cast Decapitate.
Or a paladin who forgets to count how many spell slots they have.
Hey, look, I wasn't going to say it. Cool. Alrighty. Now, we need to introduce ourselves, really. I think that would probably be a valid use of our time. I'm Josh the Pirate. Nice to have you all here. I do stuff. Yeah, that's the spell tracker there. How cool is it? Such a neat idea, because you can keep track of your spell levels. And it's super pretty. The one we're giving away is made of jarrah. It's very sexy. Lovely.
Ooh,
alrighty. Well, Rachel, tell me who you are and where we can find you.
Hello, my name is Rachel Foucar. I'm a writer, actor, and creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Rachel Foucar, because I've got a weird name, so I never have to think of a funny handle. Ha ha. You can also find... I didn't get teased all through school to not be able to boast about the fact that my email address is super easy to make, okay? I get to do that.
You got teased for Foucar.
You think? Anyway, listen.
Damn.
I also wrote a book, and I didn't have to think of a fun author name either, because there's no other authors named Rachel Foucar. It's a sci-fi book called The Rings of Mars, and you can get it here on the internet if you want to read about space adventures and like spy thriller stuff, but it's on a spaceship.
Yeah.
But make it sci-fi.
Yeah, but make it sci-fi, the best book genre.
I watch your TikToks.
Thank you.
Mitch, tell me who you are and where we can find you.
Hey, how you going? I am Mitch Earnshaw, or Mitchell Earnshaw. I'm not the only Mitch Earnshaw, however. I do seem to recall one is a software designer and another's some like tall, skinny guy with glasses. But I'm this Mitch Earnshaw, the bald beard one with the hand tattoos. How you going? You can find me on Twitter at Mitch_Earnshaw, where I just share random things that tickle my funny bone. And I'm glad to be back once more for season 3. Peasants.
Glad the way you ended that sentence about tickling. All right. Dan, tell me who you are and where we can find you.
Hi, I am Dan. There's plenty of Daniels there, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only Dan Suelto, and the name line ends with me. All right. Apart from that, you can find me as D-Rap in Twitch chat and on Roll for Damage's Discord, and amongst other places, lurking and spreading the good vibes. And today I'm playing Yeho, Wizardman hates on their friends' fathers as an expert guy.
Cool. Thank you, Dan. So we're not allowed to talk about AJ being the only AJ. AJ's not the only AJ. AJ, tell me about yourself.
Hi, I'm AJ Winters. I'm a creative bean from WA, and I'm a world builder. You can check out my world building at Winter's Tales, my channel. Yay! I'm doing a thing, and it's weekly, so that's a thing I have to commit to weekly. Also, tonight I am revisiting the wonderful character that is Jude Littlefoot. Jude Littlefoot is here. I'm very excited.
Splendid.
Don't know if you
And Sean, tell me who you are and where we can find you.
Hi everybody, my name is Sean O'Donovan. You can find me in my nerd home of Paradise RPG, where I do D&D stuff and all sorts of nerdy shit there. There's another Sean O'Donovan out there. He's a prickologist. He always comes up in my Google searches. He seems like a nice guy, but...
what? Sorry, a proctologist or a pricktologist?
I heard bricktologist.
Proctologist.
Okay.
He's a doctor of the rear.
Yeah, he's a butt doctor.
He's a butt.
Take him out. Take him out.
But I've
Seems
finally
like
taken him out on
quality.
Google searches when it comes to the name. But yes, and I will be playing Lazarus tonight. As I am resident bad dad here at Roll for Damage.
Yes, he is. Oh my God, Auric was a terrible father last weekend.
Proficiency in bad dads.
Yeah, Sean has super proficiency in that, expertise, I think. And I'm Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on Roll for Damage on Monday nights, where I DM the Humblewood, and very, very soon I will be launching my own Twitch channel, Corsairs Cove, twitch.tv/Corsairs Cove, and we will be launching a second Humblewood season set in the same world over there. So if you want more Humblewood chaos, come check that out. There may be a couple of friends from this season that you might recognize in there. How exciting is that? We also have an enormous charity stream coming up for International Talk Like a Pirate Day. We will be doing 12 hours straight. Sean will be joining us. AJ will be joining us, and I haven't asked the other three yet, but probably. So, it's going to be fun. We're also going to have the dreaded GM and Dead Aussie Gamer, and Tales of Pesh is going to be coming and joining us, and Matt from Split the Party is going to be coming, and a couple of people from Eldritch Scribe. There's going to be so many of my friends all in one place. I'm excited, and so you should be as well. As far as Joshua Luther James Walkers, and that is my full name, there are 4 of us in the world, and 3 of them live in Nigeria. I don't know why.
Dan,
Look,
do you have a
oddly
SoundCloud?
specific.
Do you have a SoundCloud, Dan?
So you can have some swell tones.
Because there is another Daniel Suelto.
Oh,
All right.
Take him out, Dan. Take him out.
I'm the only one.
All right, I gotta do the research. Sorry, have to do the recap.
I love that Dan
Space.
his keyboard like a hacker and is like, all right.
I'm having this person.
I'm
So
in.
anyway,
I must know.
I
And the
must
bloodline.
remind our trendy, fashionable, and impeccably well turned out audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things. We have all the socials, and you can catch up on episodes you missed on YouTube. It's also worthy to note the Spellfire bar. Yes, at the bottom of the screen.
Oh shit! It's at 100.
Has gone off. Because Rhythm of the Mind baited you all into it on Wednesday. And it worked very well. Thank you very much for doing that. Thank you for the gifts and the donations there. In fact, entirely it was Air Genasi. We have to blame. The Doom Donkey is
Oh,
here.
the double D. What up?
Hey, Doom Donkey,
Big old
welcome.
Double D. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Bob.
Hello. Yes, we are going to be rolling on the Deck of Many's Harrow deck to celebrate the exploding of the Spellfire bar. So, in fact, Doom, could you roll me 1d22 in chat? Type exclamation mark roll space 22 in chat, please, my friend.
Please don't hurt me,
Oh my
Mom.
god.
because that's what we're going to be doing. And to celebrate doing, 19. How exciting. Well, I'll go and look up what that does. And I think we need a recap. Could somebody stare off into the void for a few minutes and tell us what the hell happened in the last season?
It's been a while since the Void and I have spoken, so I'll do it. I'll have some Void time.
Are you a void adjacent? You estranged from the void?
I have a love-hate relationship with the Void, but he's been good to me lately. So yeah,
It's complicated in their Facebook status.
Truly.
19.
Do you want me to speak Celestial in the background as almost like a
It's like a backing track. Hell yeah! You could be my celestial translator for the audience members who speak celestial. Yes.
Yes, I'll pick up the key points.
Excellent. We began our last session at the frog-shaped rock, where we discovered even more rocks, specifically 5 stone pillars, 1 in the middle, 4 surrounding it. The surrounding pillars had fun drawings of fire, earth, water, and air, as well as cute little mini frog statues with mouths that opened and shut. The center pillar had some writing that none of us could read, but Lazarus used some kind of spell to figure it out. Mystic bookworm, comprehend riddles, something like that. Anyway, he read the following. Stand in the compass and your proof there deliver. To the cleanser of forests, the sapling's life giver. We tried putting some sky leaf in the mouth of the water pillar frog, and this was not correct. The stone beneath our feet disappeared, and suddenly we were all trying not to drown. We managed it with the help of some rope, and as soon as we were all out of the water, we found ourselves back where we started with the pillars and the unsolved riddle. Nevermore then had the bright idea to put a leaf in the fire frog because fire cleanses things, and that turned out to be the right call, and Nevermore was, of course, very modest about it.
Oh, Scada-boop-bop-doop-bop, peasant.
Can I just interrupt you there very briefly? Nelderberry, can you roll me a 1d5 in chat, please?
Oh no.
Jesus, I'm terrified.
That's anxiety.
Fuck. The skyleaf burst into bright magical flames, as I'm about to do, and the big stone frog opened its mouth. We decided to take a short rest before stepping in, during which Lazarus had Nevermore copy down an important ritual, just in case he doesn't make it to the end of our journey. Why are you laughing like that, Josh? Stop it!
Because it's Dan.
Fuck's sake.
Oh no, it's Dan.
God.
All right, I'd like to know the recap of last season before I die, please.
After our short rest, we went into the frog's mouth. Inside, we found a dark chamber. In the center was a wooden disc with druidic runes carved into it. Some of the runes were glowing where the light from outside hit the disc. Around the edge of the chamber were 4 alcoves, 3 of which contained bird statues, not bird folk, bird. Each statue also had a little bowl. Lazarus couldn't read these runes because runes and writing are not the same thing, but he could see that the ones that were glowing were doing that horrible, unsettling, moving symbol bit that we all know and love. Exactly. After much deliberation and squinting around at this dusty room, Jude swiped some of Nevermore's paper and set it on fire inside one of the bowls. This did not do the trick. Benneck almost touched the rune, but Jude stopped him because we do not touch runes. In this house, we do not touch runes. But this caused Benneck to notice that the light from the fire outside is what's making some of the runes glow. I used my fancy dagger to bounce some light around and confirmed that yes, outside light makes runes glow. Lazarus popped out to use that fire, special magic fire, to light a torch. He brought it back inside. He used this fire to make little fires in each of the bowls, and this caused the runes to light up, and the wooden disc started to descend, and we all jumped on, because we know when to stand inside the circle. The disc descended into a cavern filled with lava. There was a platform in the center, which we were heading towards, and another platform and a bridge between them. Benneck glided to the exit platform as we were descending. Jude and I did not have that luxury, and the father and son duo were, I don't know, busy comparing handwriting skills, I assume. While we were trying to work out the best way across, Jude decided to practice her parkour and discovered that the bridge was booby-trapped, because of course it is. A big sheet of fire burst from between the segments of the bridge, almost burning Jude, but then she totally redeemed herself by casting spike growth on the side of the bridge so we could all monkey bar across. We left the lava room and made our way into another underground chamber, this one featuring some pretty blue grass and 3 charred trees with bark glowing like embers. As we examined the cavern, fully prepared to solve another riddle, one of the trees came to life. The big tree man, Harrow, asked us what we were doing here. We told him we're here to stop the fire and death, duh. And Harrow said we needed to be tested, because clearly he didn't see Jude's amazing monkey bars trick. Anyway, him and his buddies sprung into life and we found ourselves doing battle with 3 massive trees. We started stabbing the trees, but the wood is obviously high quality. These are Wooten Forge Ents, so they're very resistant to stabbing. Jude got knocked out and I revived her with a potion. Nevermore dealt out some icy fireballs. Jude got knocked out again and I dragged her out of harm's way. Lazarus did some necromancy and copped a bit of sass from the trees, but fortunately Lazarus is resistant to sass and took 0 sass damage. Benneck then revived Lazarus, and sorry, I'm messing up my revivals. Benneck revived Jude, and I asked her very nicely to throw a few javelins so she could stop getting knocked out. But apparently Jude enjoys traumatic head injuries because she did not do that. Jude took out the first tree, and then the second tree, learning nothing. Then it was Lazarus's turn to get knocked out. Not to be outdone, Jude passed out for a 3rd time this battle. Benneck revived Lazarus, and Nevermore gave me a potion so that I could revive Jude for a 3rd time. Then I stabbed the tree, and that prompted the end of our little test. We'd proved ourselves by that point, apparently. Harrow opened his chest, peeling back the bark to reveal a beautiful icy staff. He warned us that carrying this staff will require a lot of strength, so we should probably take it in turns. We all took hold of the staff and pulled it from Harrow's chest, and as we did, he died. But it was a death he had long been prepared for. The cavern began to collapse around us, and we ran from it, making it out just in time. And that's where we left off.
Thank you, Rachel. That's marvelous.
Well done, Trish.
Thank you.
The card we drew is the Talons, which is interesting.
That seems good.
Yeah, could be. Nothing's going to happen yet. You don't have any magic items, do you, Dan?
No, I do
that's
not.
Okay. That's good.
But I will when I hold the Borealis.
That's true. You're not holding it right now, though.
No.
What is the Talons?
I'm not telling you.
I'm terrified. What the fuck?
You'll find out before the end of the session. There are way worse things that could have happened. Or better. Thank you, Doom Donkey, for the for the number 19, the Talon. Yes, that's going to be fun. So
remind me, who's holding the Borealis?
Nevermore is currently holding the Borealis. You were the one who pulled it from the.
My lord, it's cold. It's freezing cold.
Actually, it's not. Anyway. Mateys, may your Harrows be merciful and all your resistances be to sass, as we head tremulously at first and then with mounting heat and passion into the Humblewood. So, the wood is burning. Everywhere you look beyond this little island of green outside the cave is cinders and ash. Nevermore, you feel a cold boreal wind ruffle your feathers, but whilst you know it's chilly, it doesn't bother you. If anything, you feel invigorated. For the rest of you, the wind sends a shiver up your spine. Anybody who wants to can make me a perception check.
Sure.
Including myself, or?
If you like. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
A few bits and pieces to notice. 4, 10, 9. Not splendid. Another 9. Wow, there's a lot of 9.
Perception.
Come on, Jude.
we did just had to go through like a trial of murder.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Benneck is pretty much on his
Perception
last
check.
legs. 21. There it is.
There we go.
Okay.
You do
Right.
it, yes.
All right, Jude.
Yes.
You notice that the area of green that you've just pelted out of this cave as it's collapsing, basically, you've narrowly avoided getting eaten by a second frog in your life. And as you sort of stand up and brush yourself down, you notice that the area directly around where the cave was is still alive and green and happy, but in an almost perfect circle around that cave is alive, up to about 100 feet. Beyond that, it's dead and burnt. And you went down no more than 2 hours ago. And it's something quite radical has happened. Nevermore, you notice, because you're quite a switched on kind of person, that it's nearly nighttime. And you've only been downstairs like 2 hours. You went down around midday.
Why is the forest dying about 100 feet from us in a perfect circle?
Before we went down, it was just all scorched grove around us, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't like badly. It was scorched, not decimated.
And now everything other than that 100-foot circle is decimated, or
Decimated, ash and cinder.
Um,
It was the scorched grove that sort of had the fluctuating burns, grows back, and it was sort of halfway through a burn back a grow back cycle.
How long was I dead?
I'm not quite certain what's going on here. There's no real way that I can really track time or anything, but something seems to have happened up here. Just doesn't seem normal.
Mm.
I think we need to make our way back to Alderheart. And quickly.
Yeah, I'd like some more potions before we go to this portal. Let's go back there and prepare.
Yes. You're
I
good,
have
Father?
a potion. Do you want my potion?
I mean, sure, why not?
I think I had 3 of yours.
Look, we'll buy more when we get there. It's fine.
Okay.
Splendid. How are you feeling, Benneck?
Dan is very concerned that you pointed that out. I don't know how I'm feeling, God, but I will cast detect magic in case as we go
sure.
through the threshold between like alive and just dead.
Oh, okay. Sure. Hey.
I want a nerd.
No.
You cast detect magic.
Just to be sure that we don't just die on exit.
Yeah, sure. No, it doesn't seem like that. You get so you detect magic goes off. Obviously, you're in the presence of a hugely magical artifact, and it wouldn't be a stretch to think that that's what's sort of causing the ground around you to be protected from the ravages of the fire. Like, this is a powerful anti-fire weapon, and the area around where it was buried hasn't been affected by the fire. And you notice that going on around you, there is like an otherworldly wind.
I'm glad everybody made it out alive. Thank you, everybody, for having each other's back again. As always. Benneck, you've been an amazing addition to our group. Thank you. You're
He
muted,
kinda
Jude.
He kind of stiffens up because he's not expecting like a compliment from somebody like more. And he stiffly does a hand wave, dismissively, like, I mean, it's fine. Just doing our part, really.
We are family. Of circumstance.
Hopefully, God does nothing to you. Anyway, let's be on
Yeah.
our way.
By the
Cheer up,
Amarin
everybody.
vibes, I'll be fine, I think.
Alrighty. Yeah. Nevermore, you hear a voice in your head. As Irileth says to you, with that staff in your hand, you know you are easily the most powerful wizard for over 2,000 miles, don't you? Maybe even the whole world.
I'm gonna think it. I'm gonna think my response in my head. I'm not gonna say it out loud this time.
Yeah.
I was not aware that that was the case, but
With
why
that
does-
staff, you could be a king, an emperor. At the very least, you could make them give you back your lake.
And why are you telling me this?
I just thought you might like to know.
How does it benefit you?
Well, it doesn't. I don't have to do things just to benefit.
No, well, no, I know that that person's not lying. I know
Yeah.
Irileth's not lying because I can tell. That's right.
Yeah.
But being attuned to this thing causes you harm, doesn't it? It causes those around you harm as well, in a way.
She says back, causes me harm.
Well, I mean,
This object is, its essence is unpleasant, but it doesn't hurt me. Don't worry about that.
I mean, my friends, the others.
I'm sorry, Josh is
Trish-
confused.
Trish, Jude, Benneck, Lazarus.
Yes?
And I'm talking about because I have the ability to appraise magical items to the point that I'm aware that when the person is attuned, there's like an aura of cold winds
Yes.
around.
That's-
And that's only unpleasant, you would say. It's not like a.
It's not a fatigue. If you were in it for more than, you need some time off from it every now and again to warm back up. But it would be otherwise. Yeah, eventually, spending too long around it, you would get a level of fatigue, just from being so cold. You wouldn't because you're holding it, but everybody else would. So it's a really quite amazing item. You get resistance to fire damage. You get immunity to cold damage.
Yeah.
You also gain the ability to cast Frost Touch.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost, the cantrip. And then it's got a couple of other very powerful spell abilities. It's a pretty boss thing. And
see, I appreciate the fact that I'd be incredibly powerful, but the thing is, the negative effects it would have on my friends probably outweigh the benefits. I don't want to be the most powerful. I just want to be really rich.
She says,
and live a life of luxury. That's about it.
Fair enough.
By the way, are you conscious of the time, like in terms of how much has passed? Because it looks quite different outside compared to when we went in there.
Make me an Arcana check.
No. 7. So that's a 2 on the dice.
Wow. She says, I'm afraid not. I perceive it would seem that more time has passed than we experienced. But I couldn't explain why, because I perceive things through your senses. So what you know, I know, but no more, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, thank you.
If I come up with an answer, I'll let you know.
Thank you. We should be on our way, everybody.
Oh. Well, it is a weary group that trudges back to Alderheart, arriving shortly after midnight. a call goes up from the gatehouse when you come in sight, and hundreds of faces crowd the battlements as you approach. Even in the dark, you would have noticed that the fires have spread like a lot. The area around Alderheart wasn't burnt when you left, is now. Even the land, like right up to the base of the tree, pretty much. The gate itself is untouched as yet, but it's definitely there. There are signs of fighting all around as well. You can see there has been not a battle, but an ongoing series of skirmishes.
What about the? Sorry, I was about to say. What about the? Can we see the area where the humble folk were located?
They were on the far side of the city from where you are. However, you can. There is a. It's dark, so it'd be hard to make out. Make a perception check.
No.
Oh wow, that's another 2. I could hear an echo there before. Anyway, yeah, you can't tell anything from where you are about the refugee camp.
Can I talk to one of the guards as we go in?
Yeah, absolutely. There is a familiar face greets you at the gate, actually. It's Kesh.
Oh, great. Kesh.
It's not Foucar. You're never meeting him again.
That should have been our Harrow. Foucar jackpot.
Yeah, Kesh is like, Kesh sees you and says, "Thank the Amaranthines. We were really worried when you didn't come back last night. I guess getting that shiny stick must have been tricky. I've sent word ahead. Your rooms are prepared at your inn. You guys look like you need a rest. You okay?"
Yeah, just a bit tired, but we're all fine.
Fair.
How long were we gone?
2 days?
2 days.
That's a day longer than you thought.
At least it's not 2 years, I guess.
Okay, yeah, could be worse.
So a lot's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been that big fire guy that you described, he's leading an army.
Oh.
And they've been raiding. We've been fighting them, and I'm super glad you're back.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
God.
They got to the refugee camp, but I think we managed to save almost everybody.
Oh, boy.
Also, inside check. Is this the real Cash?
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
who this person is, but they seem to be close, and maybe they're using the closeness to get to the defenders. That's
Sure.
all. I am worried.
Have you met Kesh?
No. 18.
They don't appear to be full of malarkey.
Okay. I take a dagger out and I'm like, I'm gonna pass.
This is a high-ranking member of the Wildwood Brigade that these guys are a member of, or honorary members of. She is like in the livery of a major of the Wildwood Brigade. She is the head of the Wildwood Brigade in Alderheart. She's the sort of, there's like 3 bases of it around the wood. She's the leader of the brigade here. You wouldn't necessarily know that, but she is, she people get out of her way when she moves. She's actually quite important. She goes, yeah, but we're really glad to have you back.
Either way,
Yeah,
Cash.
it's getting hectic. So yeah, she details a pair of guards to take you onwards because you notice there are less armed soldiers around, both Wildwood Brigade and Perch Guard.
Actually, Kesh, are you able to send a guard out to the camp of the Humblefolk? We need to speak to an individual from there and seek counsel with them. Susan?
Sure.
Father, description?
Well, she's
A bit of a roughed up hedge. But she has tent out in with the humble folk.
Yeah, no,
To
she's
smell the
actually
incense first.
she's actually in the city. She's
good.
I believe, yeah. The camp is basically empty now. It's not safe for them. So she was helping with, because she helped defend against the fire creatures. There's been like ash snakes and amber bats and fire sprites coming out all over the place, just sort of popping up. I have literally seen a fire spirit just into existence, like, and she was pretty amazing. She held them all back. We probably wouldn't have been able to stop them if she hadn't been there. She's pretty great.
Susan is great, yes.
Yeah, she's staying with in the halls of the tenders.
Got it. We'll make our way thereafter.
Cool.
Thank you, Kesh.
Alrighty. See you guys. I've got to stay here, unfortunately. But yeah, have a good rest. You look like you, without wanting to be mean, you do look like you need it.
Try not to steal anything, peasant. Walk off.
Wow.
Ignore him. He's regressed a bit. It was good seeing you, Cash.
Wow.
I kind of chuckle as I walk off, though.
I give just an acknowledging nod to Cash as I keep walking with the party.
Sure. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, you get back to the Blade and Talon. Fancy fusses over you. And was genuinely like really concerned when you didn't come back. She expresses similar feelings of like, what the hell, guys? She actually scolds you for not coming back. It was, just trying to get the voice in my head. Scared the life out of me, honestly. Where were you?
We were fighting giant flame trees.
You know,
That sounds horrifying.
saving the world
It was,
from
yeah.
fire and death.
Well, I'm glad to have you back. Anyway, would you like a bath?
Oh, yes.
So
Yes,
yeah,
I
a
would.
agree
bath
with
is
that.
run for Nevermore, and
Thank you.
anybody else who wants one.
Yes,
Um,
please.
Just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best
Benneck
in
has-
best dressed.
There's enough baths for everyone.
I'll take
For
two.
all.
So Nevermore is lying across two
Well, no,
baths.
I get into the first bath, I cleanse the dirt off, and then I hop out of that one, and then I get into the clean water, which is, and then I soak.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you do that.
As I'm taking a bath, or going to take a bath, I go to Trish and be like, "Hey, please," and points to Lazarus.
Lazarus does not take a bath. He falls into a bed, soot and ash and all, and just sort of leans. You see him kind of push himself up against the wall next to the bed, and like his age is showing after that fight. And he's really having a hard time recovering from it.
Yeah, right. Cool.
I don't care. I
Lazarus-
still give him the like.
Nevermore.
He'll
you've-
wink back.
Have you still got the staff with you?
I probably would have brought it into the room with me and leaned it against the door. Yeah.
Mm. Your bath goes cold very quickly.
Oh, horrible. Well,
That's
I
that
mean,
harrowing.
at least it's still nice and fresh water, I suppose. And it's probably not so bad for me because, immune to the cold and all.
You could probably heat the water back up using fireballs. Just burn the water.
Just press it into tight, like constantly, just patches of water.
Jude, do you have a bath?
Mm-hmm. Jude would like a bath.
Cool. Well, you all bathe. Trish, I assume, yeah, there's a bit of tail maintenance.
Yeah, Trish needs to refluff.
Jude comes out very fluffy.
Trish, when you go in to find your bath has got like one of those tray tables over it with a big plate of mashed potato. Jude's has one similar, but it's like 4 cups of tea across the front.
Do we have side by side baths?
I don't know. That's your call.
We do now.
Yeah, great.
We need to gossip.
Yeah.
That was really
Cups of tea.
interesting.
Nom, mashed potato.
Excellent.
Cool. And you're far enough away from the Borealis that the water isn't cooling down too fast.
This water is so warm.
Oh, it's lovely. So relaxing. All my muscles have just untensed. It's so good.
All right. Hang on, where am I? After resting. Yes. So yeah, you chill out. You probably sleep, to be honest, after your baths. Wake up after a good long rest, so all your stuff recharges. Following morning. Unless anybody says anything. Firstly, Nevermore, do you keep the Borealis for a second day, or do you hand it over to somebody else?
I'll keep it.
Bench.
I mean, I can pass it on to one of you, but here's the thing: I'm finding it not that offensive to me at the moment.
Actually, you are quite tired. Yeah, like if you hold on to it for more, like Josh is telling you mechanically, if you hold on to it for another day, you will be a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Look,
Like you could hold it for today and be okay, but then it's a level of exhaustion at like you will wake up not fully
Look,
rested.
somebody else can hold on to it for a while, I suppose. I just didn't think it was impacting me so much, but now that I mention it, I'm slight little ache in my head.
I'll
Who
take
wants
it.
to hold it? You'll hold it, Trish?
Yeah.
All right.
Trish, can you make me a perception check?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Goody, goody, goody.
Just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I don't.
Ooh, an 8.
Oh no, I'll give you the advantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Because you're the one taking it from Nevermore at the time, and you were looking at him when he said, just a bit of a headache. His eye, the empty one, is glowing, but that's not unusual in and of itself. But the color's changed. It's cold blue now.
Nevermore, have you looked in a mirror lately?
Have I
kind of
looked in a
questions
mirror?
there?
Of course I've looked in a mirror. I'll just
Notice
kind of like
anything?
move back a little bit and have a look in the mirror. It's noticeably different for me too.
Make a perception check.
Good one, Trish.
No, it doesn't strike you as unusual.
Yeah, everything seems fine.
I feel like
Fine.
your face glow is a different color. Is it bothering you more, or you did ask us to look out for weirdness regarding the eye? It looks different to me. I don't know.
You're right, Trish. Give me a moment. Check in with Iralath. What's going on in there? Is my
She
head
said-
glowing different?
She says, "I'm sorry about your headache. That's probably me. That staff, I don't like it, but I'm. So you know I'm weak, right?
Yes.
Actually, I need to get a voice right. It's just, you know I'm weak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. it's just- you know, I lack for strength currently. Well, when you're a being of pure spirit, and that much raw energy is nearby, I'm sort of like a sponge.
So you soaked in the power.
I couldn't not.
Okay. So
This is for the best. The stronger I am, the faster I can get out of your head.
okay, well, multiple questions. First of all, the power you've soaked up, do you maintain it? Do you retain it once I'll hand the staff over at that
Oh
point?
yeah, yes, yeah.
Okay, so you haven't lost it.
It won't.
At this point.
You handing the staff over to somebody else won't deprive me of it. No.
Okay. Secondly, when you release yourself from my head, I know we've spoken to those at the avium, but you're not going to kill me in the process, are you?
No, that's the whole point. Is that I don't like. I can't leave. I to get out. If I was forced to manifest at the moment, it would kill you, and probably me. But I need to be strong enough that I can create my own vessel when I leave.
Okay, so it's going to be beneficial for me to
Yes.
hold on to that staff for longer periods of time.
Look, this isn't her pausing. This is Josh pausing. She says, the longer you hold it, the stronger I will become. Beneficial to me and by extension you.
That's convinced me. Thank you. I'll reach back out. Trish, I've consulted Iralath, and apparently what's going on is this artifact here is providing Iralath with energy that Iralath would not have otherwise had. And in me possessing the artifact for a longer period of time, obviously to the point that it doesn't cause me any physical harm, it will allow Iralath to be gone quicker.
So she's absorbing energy from the
Borealis? Staff, but not in a negative way. It's just there's a lot of energy swirling around the staff, and some of that kind of latent energy there. I'll probably sign this stuff near Lazarus as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what's an Earlith?
The eyeball thing.
You don't know about the
so-
lady in his head.
I could have sworn I've told you about this, Father.
You may have told him when Sean wasn't him.
Okay.
He's got a woman in his eye
So
socket.
I have an entity living in my head. It was put there by a particularly nasty little mapatch who stabbed me in the face with a weapon.
You have
wasn't
spoken about this.
Yes, wasn't a fan of mine. And since then, there's an entity stuck in my head. And that entity's name is Iralath.
I have a question for the magic men.
Me too.
Don't we want this staff to be maximum power? If she's absorbing power from the staff, isn't that a bad thing? Because we need the staff to work?
Well, it depends if it's like, not producing its own thing.
She says, you know how everyone, you can feel the cold coming off it? That is latent, raw magic energy that it's just giving off. I'm not sucking anything out of it. I'm absorbing part of that. The effect would be far more unpleasant to be near it. You would all be tired from just constantly being around it if I wasn't sucking that in.
Got it. Okay.
I want to be clear. I am an Astorial and a celestial being. I think it was explained to you that
you can't lie to me. I understand that.
No. That's true. But it's also about opposition and oppositional forces. The celestial and the demonic are aligned against each other, but there is a third. It's a triangle, yes. And that. So this is an energy not mine, and I don't like it. It's quite unpleasant, but it is beneficial to me. That's why your eye has changed color. I didn't do it deliberately. I
understand.
Don't like it.
And my question is about the breakfast.
Breakfast is ready.
Okay, never mind.
Thank you,
Excellent.
Amaranthines.
So
Jude,
again,
you can smell fresh muffins.
Yes.
I'll kind of relay that. I'll relay that information. It's just sucking up latent energy that the weapon's giving off. It's not pulling energy from the staff, therefore making it weaker. It's just that energy would be coming out of it regardless, and it's instead of just disappearing into the cosmos, it's being sucked into Iralath, thus providing Iralath the energy.
Oh.
And as
Apparently,
you,
it also lessens the negative effect that this staff has on everybody around me as well. So
Yeah.
that's also a bonus. And
As you're
I would
ex-
also point out, sorry, God,
No, you
one
go.
moment. I am certain that Irilath is unable to lie to me, as we share the same brain. Irilath is essentially in my brain, so I can't lie to myself. So
Yeah, but you can skirt the
Okay.
truth and still not lie.
there's no reason for Irilath to be lying right now.
And I would like to just so I'm clear about it, this whole eye rolls. Just so I'm clear about it, this whole stuck latent energy thing, is like if your lady was like a water wheel in like a river, where it's like it doesn't take any water out, but it's still like, you know, spinning because of the movement of the water.
If you're having this discussion as you're coming down for breakfast, Dean Winsworth is sitting at the breakfast table.
Oh, what the fuck?
They have breakfast burritos.
I don't go to school anymore, Dean.
He says, well, no, I might actually be able to offer some insight into this.
I'm pretty sure I have no sanctions.
No, you're good. Sit down, sit down. Good to see you, good boy. Well, all right. So, the staff is, as best as I can understand from my researches, they're basically a direct link straight to the plane of ice. So, you can't really denude it of energy. The Benneck's water wheel metaphor is actually not a bad one. It's basically a constant flow of energy. The energy doesn't dissipate, it'll return from whence it came, etherically, actually. But the staff itself can only be destroyed by placing it in something of a powerful enough oppositional force. For example, a portal to the plane of fire. You will literally have a portal to the plane of ice in your hand.
Good. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I just need to make sure this thing was going to work when we get there. And I start casually twirling it in my hands.
He says, I am sorry, I apologize, Nevermore. Rusty did inform me of what's going on with your face, lady. Irilath, I believe it was.
It's fine. It's fine. Yes.
Just, he said he thought it would be a good idea if you were going to be dealing with high-end elementals that I was informed of that. I'm here to help, by the way.
Is Rusty okay, by the way?
Rusty is actually currently
to the avium.
No, he's fine. Rusty is currently standing in his deputy headmaster right now. I am on study leave, as it were. The council asked me to come here and offer my assistance for you in the next step of the plan, as it were. I've been following up on Lazarus's research. We had a good, thorough look at your laboratory. Marvelous space down there. How long have you known about it?
But the Borealis?
No. Your laboratory. The lost rooms in the library. Did you find it when you came to the avium recently, or had you known about it for years?
I found it recently.
Oh, well. Good you weren't holding out on me for years and years and years then. Never mind. Yes, I think between what having had a look at it, we've managed to pinpoint the location of the conjuration circle that you can use to restrain the aspect of fire. But as I understand it, that ritual must be performed at the conjuration circle.
Yes.
So we need to get the creature, the elemental, to that place. And it'll require a couple of pretty gifted magic users. Now, I'm happy to step up as one of them, but we'll need another. And you lot will have to keep it busy and ideally dormant while I cast the spell. Or the ritual. So we need another beyond the 5 of you.
Is Dean Winsworth wearing a collar of any sort? Like,
Collar?
you know the one that Lazarus was using to... Because I think we gave that to the Dean. Is like, because it sounds like...
You mean the necklace?
Like, the necklace.
Yeah, it just had a pendant.
It sounds like the Dean is asking to have the staff to cast the spell. Is that correct?
No.
Sorry?
No, he needs the ritual circle.
Yeah.
I need an assistant. I need somebody else to provide the extra magical oomph.
Okay,
you will be using the staff to restrain the beast.
Ah, I see. So you cast at the ritual circle, and then we attack
You need to wear it down, then we get it into the conjuration circle. I cast the ritual, and then I believe the final step is plant the staff in the creature, which should end both the creature and the staff, which, as I understand it, is an absolutely terrifying magical item that could just as easily bring about an apocalypse as the one we're currently dealing with.
Handles great, though.
Trish,
I'm sure it
pass
does.
Here. Stop being an idiot.
Please.
It's hard to break.
It's almost impossible to break. Please don't try.
And do we have to fix anything at the like ritual circle thing?
There probably will need to be some, yes, a little bit of fixer-upper. It hasn't been used in nearly 10,000 years. So probably.
Okay. So we have to make sure that's fixed first.
And we
doing
honestly,
anything.
given the level of elemental activity outside of the city, we'll probably need some military escort to just get us there. None of us want to be tired of fighting before we even start.
How big is the circle?
Not too large, actually. It shouldn't be much larger than the creature, so probably no more than 40 feet wide. Which is good, but also like good that it's not going to take an awful lot of effort, but bad because it's going to be hard to find.
So what I'm hearing is we need to recruit another magic user, so you
Yes.
have help with the circle, and some more people so that we have help fighting whatever it is that comes between us and this circle.
Well, if you talk to the council, I imagine they'll lend you some guards. But finding another magic user might be difficult. I don't want to take Beta away from the city, though she'd be one of the places I'd go. Do you happen to know any others?
I was going to suggest a friend of his and point to Lazarus, and I was like, but it's not my place to.
Why not
Susan!
my father.
Susan?
Why not you, Lazarus?
But no, he's going to be fighting with you lot.
You'll be fighting with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Without wanting to denigrate your very remarkable skills, I think the 5 of you acquiring that demonstrates that you work quite well as a team.
Something like that.
So I think Benneck will burst into flames if he can't keep an eye on Lazarus anyway. So.
Yep, I
Susie.
certainly will.
Susie would be able to do it.
So, yes, your companion. Yes, yes, she'd probably make an excellent support caster. Marvelous. Well, yes. Then she must be approached. I wouldn't want to. I'm not going to Shanghai anybody into this. But if she's willing, then to do force make someone do something against their will is to Shanghai them.
Oh, learn something new every day.
There you are. Yes, I can't stop being an educator, as it turns out. So, according to your notes, Lazarus, the aspect must be weakened in order for the Borealis to be useful in sealing it. And what's more, in order to channel a power as vast as the Borealis is said to contain, the ritual requires, yes, 2 mages working in tandem. Fortunately for us, we've got the location, so is there anything else we need to go through? I shall continue working on the ritual while you make any preparations you need to make. If you wouldn't mind approaching Susan, I'm not certain where to find the lady.
Of course. we can acquire Susie's aid. The ritual is just... You have my notes, what is required, and my notes on the location of the alterations.
Yes. I think we ought to be able to narrow it down. From what I've seen, you had the servitors working on the final sort of stuff. I put some scribe students, the final pinpointing, and I had to put some scribe students on that. We think we've narrowed it down to about half a square mile, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
I can bring us there.
Yes. Marvelous. Splendid.
Do you want us to contact the council and ask for assistance and protection on our way there, or are you going to do that?
I think it'd probably... I'll happily join you in doing that. They'll listen to me, but they'll probably listen to you. Speaking of listening, can you make me perception checks, please?
Oh, what the fuck?
All right.
Shit.
I anticipate I'm not going to roll well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Trish,
Trish sees all.
Nevermore got the second highest again, but Trish does hear all. Trish, you can hear a commotion outside. And when Dean Winsworth points it out, like perfect perception, you actually hear like, there is angry muttering and shouts ringing out, lots of banging of doors and muttering, grumbling. In fact, thinking back, you've heard this going on all like since you woke up. You may even have been woken up by it. There's a general sort of clamor outside, busier than Alderheart normally is. Now, at the moment, it is very full of not refugees and so forth, but it's a different kind of noise, a different kind of vibe. And he says, it's been an odd day here. I don't spend an awful lot of time in the capital, but yes, people are up. There's worry in the air.
I want to go to a window and see what I can see outside.
Yeah, some people are closing up their shops. Others appear to be filing into the city, out the city gates with hastily packed bags, some with families in tow, while others are heading up towards the canopy. I'm going to let your nat 20 carry over because otherwise I would be making you get an insight, but I think you'll notice this. The bulk of the people who are making preparations to leave don't have feathers.
All right, I'm going to step outside and see if I can flag down someone who's leaving.
Sure, yeah. A young Vulcan woman stops and says, she's got like a bag over both shoulders and, yeah, what?
What's going on? Is everyone leaving? What's happening?
I'm getting out of here before the fire comes, all right? The council's called an emergency meeting. And look, given what happened at the refugee camp, I just don't feel safe here anymore. Emergency meeting, the word on the street is that they're going to call for an evacuation anyway. I figure just beat the rush, you know?
Makes sense. When's this meeting, do you know?
Like now, everybody's heading.
Okay, thank you. Stay safe.
Thanks. And she heads off.
What happened at the refugee camp?
We need to get to the council now. There's some sort of emergency meeting. I don't know what they're going to do, but the humble folk are worried that something's going to go down. I think we need to be there.
I want to be clear. It's not like every humble folk is leaving and every bird folk is staying. It's about a sort of 70-30 split. Most people are staying. But about 70% of the people who are leaving are humble folk.
Well, we need to go to the council anyway. We might as well see this meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, let's head up there now.
Alrighty.
Join us if you will, Dean.
Well, yes, certainly. Yeah.
Just a real quick question for you. And again, back to the Irileth and the drawing energy thing. Does Irileth still get energy from the staff if Trish is holding it? Or is it only if I'm in possession of it?
If you ask her, she would say, as long as you're near it,
okay,
I get
well, that's
some,
fine.
but not I don't get the full
much.
effect. The closer I am, the better. But
Okay.
I can't prevent you from... It'll wear down your... It is a powerfully evil thing.
I'll take it every second a day. It's fine.
It wears down your psyche.
I haven't
Mortals...
got much of that left anyway.
And you actually hear a chuckle in your head, and she says, "You have so much brain, and I'm sorry that I'm... If I was in someone else's head, I'd probably be dead."
Really? You're saying I've got a lot of brain?
You need a lot to contain an immortal celestial being within a mortal form.
Oh. Okay.
Without wanting to stroke your ego.
Oh, well, too late you've done that. Technically, it's
that.
almost like I'm stroking my own ego because you're in my head, right? So anyway.
And she's like, "Please don't think that thought. That's no, you. Oh God. I can see everything you think."
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, gross. Right. So, yeah. The news is pretty grim. And actually, as you set off to go, Kesh arrives and says, "Oh, great. Yeah, the council would really like to talk to you. They're going to have a group meeting. You're welcome to attend. And then after that, there's going to be some pretty urgent questions about plan of action going forwards." Yeah. Is all good? Cool. Alrighty. Come with me. So Kesh leads on. Everyone is crowded around the council chambers. This is like the remembrance service for Helvig. It's as full outside that area. It's been set up for this sort of event, though. There is a podium with the crest of Alderheart on it, waiting for the council to come out and address everybody. In the sea of faces, you can see several that you recognize, including Benneck, Havel, and Eliza. The citizens are nervous and whispering amongst themselves. You can hear some talk about an intense red-orange glow off in the forest. And if you look, you can see it, even in the day. And the daylight has a funny tinge to it. Like, we're all Aussies except Sean, so we know what forest fire, what bushfires make the sky do. It gets that sort of thick quality to it. It gets the smoky air quality to it. I mean, I'm sure probably Sean has some idea of what this is like. And yeah, that's off in the distance. Others are talking about the attacks on the refugee camps. More still whisper that Alderheart will soon come under attack itself. And some are just worried what the council will call for next. And there's a lot of people saying the word evacuation. A contingent of the Spears, which is a detachment of the Perch Guard, they're the elite Perch Guard, escorts the members of the council to a specially prepared platform with a row of seats. Behind it, all 5 council members are there, but Beta obviously is the council speaker, and she's the one that takes steps forward and addresses the audience, and a hush falls over the crowd. "My fellow citizens, we have just received dire reports from our watch posts. The elemental creature that so recently arose from beneath our wood now makes its way toward Alderheart." And the crowd is clearly disturbed by this news. There's a lot of murmured talk starts up almost immediately, and some seem merely concerned that it's getting worse, it's getting closer, more than what they've already seen. But a not insubstantial part has a vibe of anger. There is an undercurrent of fury here. After a few moments, someone off in the crowd, it's too far away for you to easily pick out where it comes from. "Its minions are already here. That's why the refugee camp is gone. Why are you telling us what we already know?" There's more muttering after that, both in disagreement, like this is a divided crowd. And then another voice rings out, "Yeah, Isn't it your job to protect us? Isn't that what our taxes are for? Where's the perch guard when the refugee camp burnt down? And there's more muttering. People begin to push and shove in various parts of the crowd. One of the spears next to Beta goes to motion his men to wade into the crowd. But Beta puts a hand on his arm, and you can see a shake of her head. Anybody who wants to can roll insight.
Yeah.
I'm rolling so well today.
Another
Great
nat
for
20 for
Welsh.
Trish.
Oh,
Wow.
one.
Min-maxing, guys. All right, Trish and Jude. I mean, you can all probably get this a little bit, but it goes to Trish and Jude. This place is a powder keg. And it's been pushed right to the limit. This could spark something that could end Alderheart and any chance of stopping this thing before you even try.
Trish?
We need to do something. If a fight breaks out here, people are gonna get hurt. It's too crowded.
You should say something.
You're right, I should say something. Okay. I've got to get up to the podium. Will you help me?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like a display of power? I'm still attuned to that stuff.
Actually,
I
no,
can,
as soon as Trish
I
is
can-
holding it, she's
Oh, really?
the one who becomes attuned to it.
Oh, well.
Also,
I'll
we
ex-
don't want to start the fight. Nevermore.
No, we don't want-
No, it's not going to be a fight. It's just going to be a Shazam, we're here. There's an ability called Glacial Prison, which basically creates like a big 200 feet wall of frost. And it'll
Wow.
almost be like a catch everyone's attention. Look, we're here to save the day. There?
Yeah, that seems like a
Wait, Jude's telling me no. God, that must be a horrible idea. Okay, never mind.
Look, I use my sneaky rogue skills. I'm just gonna stealth my ass up to the podium.
I
and
can get there. I can get you there
between
quickly if you want.
Yeah,
Could you? Yeah.
you can cast haste.
Yeah. I cast haste on myself instead of Trish because then she
Then she-
doesn't get the.
Exhaustion. Yeah.
And then I just carry her and go. "Whoosh."
Okay.
All right. Can you make me an athletics check, Benneck? To see quite how
Athletics.
speedy boy you can, because Trish is pretty damn fast. I don't know. I'm not actually sure someone with haste is any faster than Trish is capable of being anyway, mechanically
Oh,
speaking.
no. Yeah, but I worked
Hey.
out.
Yeah, Benneck lifts.
Benneck
So
works.
Benneck lifts Trish up onto one shoulder and then just vroom, speedy boy straight away from Lazarus towards the podium. And so Trish goes up on someone's shoulders and then just.
Okay.
Now's your time to
Uh,
run,
with-
Father.
With his haste, he still keeps like looking back at Lazarus.
Yeah.
Go, Dad, go.
Yeah, Trish, you get up to the podium, and Beta sees you and says, and there is, she's holding it together, letting your nat 20 on the insight carry over. She is like doing a reasonable job of putting a good face on it, but she is terrified.
Okay.
She is seeing a mob that could tear her to pieces.
I say, may I speak?
Please do.
I know you're all scared. I'm scared too. But if we turn on each other, that helps no one. We have a plan. And we have this. And I hold up the staff. We just need to hold it together long enough for us to take this creature down. The defenders are leaving today. All we need from you is to take care of each other and stay strong just long enough for us to take care of this. Don't turn on each other. Please. Stay strong.
Well spoken.
Iterate for a peasant.
I
Can
stand
you
off to the
make-
side like a bodyguard. Like
Can
just
you
behind.
make me a persuasion check with advantage?
Okay.
Ooh.
Good thing you gave me advantage.
Nice.
Now, what you said was cool, and you have the staff.
Get it? Because of the stuff? Cool.
Yeah, that's the joke I was making.
I hate it
Thank
here.
you for picking up on it.
I hate it here.
The crowd pauses. You spoke with such grace and dignity that it inspires hope in these dark times. Someone somewhere starts cheering. You can't really tell, you can't tell where or who, but yeah, someone does, and then Jude does. And soon the cry is taken up by others. And it's multiplying as the denizens from all over the Humblewood unite. It's rocky, but it's there. Unity. Peter says, thank you. Well said. And then takes a step back up to the podium and says, the defenders are here, and the defenders will save us all. As Miss Capo said, we must stand united. Thank you all. We shall now arrange a plan. Everyone to your stations. If you can help, please do. Offer anything you can. I ask you not as the council speaker, but as a fellow resident of the wood. We must defend each other. We must defend the Humblewood. It's the only home we have. Thank you. Thank you. To Trish. And yeah, the cheering continues. And she beckons you and the other defenders of Alderheart into the council chambers. And we might take a little break there. I think that's a good hectic point to take a break. Nicely done, Rachel.
Thank you.
So
Caper.
yes, Rachel for Emperor. I like that.
But yeah, mom, the whole Alderheart.
Yeah.
Mom energy.
Trish for King. Cool. Splendid. So, ladies and gents, thank you for joining us. It's been lovely having you here in chat so far. We will take a short break and we will be back very quickly. So don't go anywhere because we have we've got the giveaway. So yeah, please throw out those those exclamation mark tickets in chat. And if you hang around after the break, I will give you the other thing we have to give away, which is the discount code for Wooten Forge's shop. So you can all go and get yourself some beautiful hard wood, and you can get it at a bit of a discount. That's a bit nice, isn't it? But you've got to stick around. So we'll see you soon. Be back shortly, guys. Bye. And we are back. Fast and ahoy once again to ye mateys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, welcome back to Roll for Damage and the Humblewood. Season 3, guys. We have been going for, this is our 3rd season. This is ridiculous. We're very good and popular. All right, so, episode 25. Amazing. Yeah. That dirt off my shoulder.
And modest.
It's like, don't pull an ear
very humble.
now. No need for
Not humble whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I promised before the break, yes, we will be giving out at the end of the session. So you stick around, type exclamation mark ticket in chat for your chance to win a spell tracker by Wooten Forge Gaming Accessories. They do amazing, beautiful stuff out of hardwoods. It's going to look a little different to the one on your screen there. It's actually going to look a lot more like the one AJ's got because it's made of Jarrah, the one we have to give away. So type those things. Ragnar, type that thing. Actually, Ragnar's already got one. But everybody else, type that thing.
Ragnar doesn't have a spell tracker, just saying.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Ragnar, type that thing. Win 2 in a row. And I did promise, if you do want a spell tracker, but you didn't actually, and if you are unlucky enough to not win the giveaway, then use the discount code HUMBLE1, capital HUMBLE1, at checkout to receive a discount from Wooten Forge for all of their beautiful, beautiful things. How exciting is that?
That's what we call Nevermore, ironically. Humble one.
Humble one, yeah. Cool, alrighty. So, back into it. We have just diffused a riot. I diffused a riot. And we are now going in to talk to the Alderheart Council, or at least some of them, because a few of them are like Larimar and Sobel immediately they have other business to attend to, but Mentax, Beta, and Visca, who you know Mentax and Beta quite well. Mentax is an elderly strig. Visca is the high priest of Alderheart. And he is a serene male luma. So pigeon. In fact, he looks a bit like a dove. Yes. Cool. Let's just find the appropriate music. Where are we? There it is. All right. So you head inside. The crowd begins to break up with new purpose. Kesh leaves saying she's going to find some spare equipment. If everyone is going to be coming together to help defend the place, better find some extra gear to do that with. As she leaves, Dean Winsworth comes over to you and says, well, by the looks of it, the Aspect's influence in the region has grown tenfold since we last met. Since you last met it. And he says this looking over his shoulder at the fires in the distance. He says, I didn't actually see that when I teleported in this morning. Gosh. Well, shall we? If we don't take this opportunity to seal the Aspect with the Borealis now, even if it's driven back, it may be too strong to bind it. We need to pool our brain power, make a plan. So Beta begins when you come inside. You're actually ushered off to a side chamber. The side chamber you were ushered off to before, where they all met with Lazarus and everything, and we were like last time. So I understand you were successful in your quest. Looking at the staff, she said, "Gosh, I can feel it from here. How can you bear to hold it?"
Because we must.
I understand. Well, this is good because, in all honesty, I was downplaying the severity of the situation out there. Probably for the best, to be honest. The aspect of fire must be stopped before it reaches the city. Its movement has stirred up ash snakes and ember bats and other fire creatures, and they're just causing havoc in the surrounding forests. I don't think it would be too much of an exaggeration to say that if something is not done very soon, we could be seeing the last days of the Humblewood. So, my friends, is there a plan?
Yes, there's a plan. We need to speak to Susan to ask her for her help. And we need to borrow however many guard you can spare to come with us.
Yes. For what purpose?
To get
So
us
that I can-
to be big flame men.
I see. So sort of a tip of the spear situation. You will lead them. Then I don't actually think that would be a problem, because if you're sort of leading a charge, then it'll draw attention from elsewhere. So where I would be deploying them, they won't be needed there.
Do you think the tenders would join as well, given that, it could be an end to their job entirely if we deal with this scorched grove finally?
Well,
Maybe it might be something they could get behind.
Mentax chimes in at this and says, well, they are not a military organization. They are very brave, but they are firefighters, not soldiers.
And everything that they're going to be facing out there is fire.
I understand what you mean, and they are already fully deployed. I will see if there is any that can be spared to assist. Every little helps, yes, absolutely. You might well be getting some citizen militia as well, but I'm reluctant to send them out. They're not trained. They would be best employed on the walls, I would say. Manning the defenses, bucket teams and so forth, putting out fires.
What about the remnants of the bandit coalition?
Well, the Wildwood Brigade, or are you talking about the
Yes.
ones that didn't join up?
Well, even the ones that didn't join up, potentially those that still have contact with them or in with them could call them to help out, come in at the time of need.
The Wildwood
Kind of
Brigade
Riders of
is-
Rohan style.
There's a reference I don't know, I'm afraid. But most of the Wildwood Brigade, the bandits that we didn't take into the Wildwood Brigade are not the sort of people you want help from, to be honest, or could be expected to reliably give it.
Fair.
No offense to anybody here with their pasts at all. But I mean, you're here, so you're not that sort of person. Is the point I'm making?
I get it.
That was very much for Trish's
Help.
benefit. Sorry.
Help is help.
Yes, it's more about whether or not I would expect them to offer it.
It does not hurt to ask.
Fair enough. Good point.
We all die if we don't fight, no?
True. And the call can be put out there. The call has been put out there.
Good.
When we say we will send troops, we won't just be sending the Perch Guard. The Wildwood Brigade is functionally another arm of the Alderheart military at this stage. So you'll be getting them. Don't worry.
We need to get to the big creature.
We
Five
need
of
to
us
get to
will
the
take it down.
we need to get to the conjuration circle and get the big creature there with us.
Well, you also need to get the big creature to the conjuration circle.
Correct.
Which I hesitate to suggest, but a lure. The
Any
last time you saw it, I believe it chased you.
We are quite alluring, yes.
Oh,
Did I not say that
I
right?
think I might know something that it could potentially want. I'm gonna hunt around on Jude's person and and pull out Helvig's spine. Is this something that it might go for? This is actually the remnants of Helvig, one of his spines, and it did kind of, took Helvig to the Five Lanes, and well, it didn't, but I don't know. It's just a thought.
Viscar would actually chime in here, and Peter and Mentax would have looked to him. As a priest, he's got the most knowledge of other realms and other planes. I don't see why it would be interested in your friend. Did it seem to be drawn to him?
Yes. And also the creepy fire demon that spoke to me when I had the vision was quite mean and mocking of Helvig. I think that he is important, or he was important.
I see. Then, yes, I think sort of a lightning lure rod.
Is there any
Right.
interaction between the spine and the staff? If I put them in close proximity, is there anything that happens or no?
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
Still want to know what the
15.
Spellfire bar did.
And there's like a growing,
The longer we don't know, the more I'm paranoid.
Yeah. 15. Yeah. Nevermore. You see through your through your glowing eye.
Looking through my big blue eye.
That's the one. Looking through your Irilath eye. You hadn't been aware of it until you really looked for it, but you can see the energy coming off the Borealis. It's sort of, there is sort of a pulsing wave of cold coming off it. And you can see it because it's actively powering your eye. And it's sort of like seeing a negative, but nowhere near as powerful coming off the spine. But there is not an interaction, more sort of like a null zone between them, like they cancel each other out. But the spine isn't active, I suppose, is the trick. The like where the Borealis is making the world a bit cold around it, the spine doesn't make the world a bit warm. But there is a passive sort of energy flowing off this spine, just a little bit. It's nowhere near, nothing like as powerful as the Borealis.
There's another thing that might kind of, I guess, lead towards why Helvig would be important in all of this. Helvig was in possession of something called the Hive Heart while we were adventuring. I don't know anything about it. All that we were told about this Hive Heart was that he was holding it to give it to, was it a brave adventurer or?
A hero.
A hero. He was holding it to give it to a hero.
Mm.
And he always had these weird little fireflies buzzing around him when he did things. I don't know, just throwing things out there at this point.
Dean Winsworth would speak up and says, well, I don't know the legend of that one specifically. I tell you what, actually, the people who might know, the tenders, actually, they were the ones who kept some very good legend records. But it does occur to me that if the aspect, like this feels like a very fire-based elemental thing, this hive heart you described. Hive being if you said the little insect, the fireflies, that would be the hive. But it's a common enough legend that, this is foretold that a superhero will come and save the day. And yes, not trite exactly, but done. Certainly done. And, well, look, I don't think it would be unfair to say that a hero did come and take it. Even if he didn't manage to see the end of his journey. Heroes aren't necessarily heroes because they survive. In fact, a lot of heroes tend to die.
We did tell him that. I always told him that. I thought he was the hero.
He may well have been.
He did not believe me.
No, from what I heard of him, he was a very modest man.
Yes.
How long do you need to organize the troops before we leave? How long until we can have them rallied?
We could probably, a battalion could be ready by sundown.
How far, is Dean here? Is the Dean here?
Yes, he's there.
How far away is this conjuration circle?
Well, about a day's walk, I think, roundabout. We need a little bit of time to find it, but and then when the council all goes like, we don't know where it is. He was like, precisely, we don't know precisely where it is. We've narrowed it down to within sort of a quarter mile or so.
You don't need, Dean, you don't need to find it. I know where it is.
You do?
I know where it is.
Well, splendid then. Well, yeah, then we won't need any time at all to find it. Have you been to it before?
Once.
Well, good. Then we are. That's one less thing to worry about. Yes, probably 8 or 9 hours on foot.
All right. Well,
Might be a little slower with an armed escort sort of fighting a battle on the way.
I guess we leave this evening then.
And Beta says, possibly better to wait till morning. I don't want to delay anything, but they are a little less active at night, but far more dangerous because they can see fine in the dark.
Whoa.
I told that crowd we were leaving today.
Some of the humble folk getting rowdy outside again.
True.
The fucking dog.
Unbelievable.
Well, then, why don't you spend the day doing what you need to do and have a nap? And yes, we need to acquire a second powerful spellcaster to accompany us and provide me with a backup for the ritual. We were going to ask Miss Susan. And the council goes, yep. So they yeah, everything sounds great. And Beta says, well, the resources of Alderheart, such as they are yours. Is there anything else you need from us?
Spare any potions?
I'm sure some can be rustled up.
Thank you.
I'll have them delivered to your your inn.
Do you have any more powerful weapons? Or spells to make more powerful weapons? Or enchanted items? Or potions of healing? Or a sword that disguises as something else and then becomes a sword so we can sneak sword?
Well, I don't know if it's a blade that does that. There's a few probably magical items. It's whether or not utility is more the trick. There are Alderheart has several. There, you could probably find magical items in the sort of the general city coffers. Nothing that occurs to me that would be useful. And she's looking at the other two. Viscar says, "I could bless your weapons for you. What material benefit it might grant you, I don't know, but you." I will bestow the grace of the amaranthines upon them.
Oh, yes, please. I only have a simple shanking stick. I see.
In my head, I'm like, is that going to do anything to Irilaf? I ask, is that going to do anything, Irilaf?
Just mechanically, probably not, but it couldn't hurt.
Yeah, okay, sure. It'll make them feel
Here's
better.
my dagger.
Effect.
Well, she says it depends on how well he does it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for that, if there's nothing else, we will, yes, potions or any potions that can be prepared and sent will be sent to your lodgings. If you would, anyone who wishes a blessing on their weapon, follow me to the temple. And
I could explode if I go in there soon now.
You want
my
me
head
to
could
take your
explode.
weapon for you?
I mean, what? I don't really have anything so now.
Irilath says, no, you should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a weapon anyway, whatever. It's fine. I actually think I might need to go talk to somebody else. Father, can I just have a quick chat to you?
Oops.
Oh no, he's coming with me. She's like,
You can come, Benneck, whatever. Just
Well, Benneck can give his knife to Trish or Jude to go get blessed, and
yeah, can you guys do that? That'd be great.
I'm happy
really
to.
appreciate
Well, I'm happy
it.
to walk and talk with the rest of the group as you guys go to the temple. It's just a conversation I need to have with my father. Look, I know things got a little bit spicy there with Riffin, but Do you think he'd want in on this to help? I know maybe you're not the best person to ask for the help. Maybe me. I could approach him, let him know that yourself and maybe Susan will be going, and
Well, I did offer to him an invitation, if he chose it. But perhaps a reminder from new heroes will be more persuasive. If you do that while I go speak with Susie.
Yes. Okay, I'll do that. I'll go talk to Riffin. Good luck with Susan.
I'll be at the bar.
Yes.
So Nevermore, you go to the hung, drawn, and quartered.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay,
others go wherever they go.
Trish, he's about to leave. Please, just like, or Jude, I really don't care.
I think Lazarus is coming with.
No, he's
or
going
is
to go
Lazarus-
see Susie.
Oh, is he? Okay.
That's what he said.
yeah.
Susan was with the tenders, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I'll meet you at the tenders headquarters.
Yeah.
I won't leave right away with Benneck. Benneck is just...
All right. So the three
Extra
of you,
suspicious.
Lazarus, do you want your blade blessed? You've got a
I'll
sword
get
as well. You've got quite a nice
the sword blessed.
Quite a nice sword. Alrighty. So yeah, you head into the temple. It's packed. It's been being used as a hospital. Overflow hospital. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in here with burn injuries. This one, it seems to be an awful lot of the Perch Guard and the Wildwood Brigade. Like a lot of these people are military. There's a lot of armor and weaponry around, but they are all. These are the lighter injured ones. It's basically freeing up space for the hospitals to treat the really, really injured. So most of these people will get better in time. But it's a pleasant, cooling atmosphere, and Viscar would say as much. We have taken as many as we can. You'll notice there isn't a pew free at the moment, but come with me to the font. And the font is really quite special. It's an acorn, but it's the size of a bathtub. He says, if you don't know, this is the only extant example of one of the acorns of the Alderheart. This is what you plant to get a tree like this.
Oh.
It's hollow. It's been hollowed out. The top is a shallow bowl. So it's not completely hollow, but yeah, there's a shallow bowl has been sort of gouged out at the top of it. And it's perfectly smooth, mirror sheen inside. And it's full of water, pretty much up to the brim. Look, I'll get you all. There will be a material benefit. Make me religion checks, every single one of you who's doing the thing. Beat a 14 and you'll get a material benefit to your weapon. Trish, are you putting in your fancy dagger or your short sword? I recommend the short sword.
Yeah, well, the dagger's already got luck, so I don't want to mess that up. I'm doing the sword.
15, a 19, a 23.
DM,
Yes.
could I have advantage if I make a prayer to Gaspard?
Make the roll.
Okay.
And tell me what you say when you pray.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a nat 20. But I have -2 to religion.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
said
say
beat
my
a 14, you all did.
I'm gonna say my prayer anyway.
Please do.
I sort of put my arms on the acorn if I look to see if that's okay.
And he goes, just not in the water.
Oh, yes. Okay. Hey, Gaspard. It's Jude. Please bless my friends on this journey so that I do not lose another family. Also, the people of Alderheart do not deserve more pain. I'd really like to protect them. Also, what is the juice? I've been trying for days. Much
Okay.
love, Jude.
Oh no, don't ask the Amaranthines that.
So Benneck, Trish, and Lazarus, all of your weapons for the next. Helibor, can you roll me 1d4 in chat, please? Exclamation mark, roll space 4. The number Helibor rolls is the number of days your weapons are blessed for. They are counting as +1 weapons for the next 1 day. So
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll make it 2 because 1 isn't super useful. Yeah, for the next 2 days. Thank you, Helibor. It'll be 1 plus the 1 that Helibor rolled, which is really what I was angling at. Cool. So yeah, +1 weapons. Jude, on the other hand, you gain. You feel Gaspard's power, like you did when you made your oath of glory. And this is Josh telling you, AJ, your weapon is already magical.
Mhm.
You've got the blade of the wood. You gain.
Feel juice.
Yeah, you feel the juice. The juice of Gaspard fills you.
No.
It's so weird.
No.
You feel a spiritual connection with your deity, with your Amaranthine. You gain a single 3rd level spell slot.
Ooh.
Nice.
You're gonna forget that at the crucial moment, aren't you?
And yeah, there you go. That's
Sorry,
what you
I'm so
get from your.
distracted by how horny chat got immediately.
Yeah. Gird your loins, Jude. Yeah. A single 3rd level spell slot. When it's expended, it's gone. You don't. It doesn't like forever ever. But yeah, you get a single 3rd level casting of probably Divine Smite.
Okay.
You can use it on whatever you like, but yeah.
I'll make note of that.
Cool. Nevermore.
Oops.
You head to the hung, drawn, and quartered while these guys are mucking around in the temple.
Mhm.
Vizcar's blessing of everybody else's is fairly. I'm sorry, jumping back there. Vizcar basically just solemnly places each blade in the water and sort of bathes them, like gives them a once over with the holy water. He doesn't actually put his hands in the water himself, but he uses. Anybody magically proficient knows that he's using shape water, the cantrip, to move the water around on it, and the blades come out with a soft blue sheen to the metal.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's quite pretty. And he says, don't take them in and out of their sheaths too often. It wears off.
Like Frodo around orcs.
A little bit. Again, reference that no one knows. Why do people keep making Lord of the Rings references?
Oh, we heard it from that weird flamingo pink thing.
Yeah,
At the atrium.
Yeah, Professor.
Yeah. So, Nevermore, you go to the hung, drawn, and quartered. You stick your nose in. As you enter, it doesn't look like Riffin is in the main room. His cousin is behind the bar, though. Trillo.
Trillo, where's Riffin?
Oh, hi. Riffin, he left.
Left the Alderheart
city.
left, or
He went to protect the refugees.
And
After his friend Susan got hurt doing it, he said he'd take over.
I see. So he might be out with the refugees somewhere.
Well, they're all moving away. There wasn't any room for them in the city, so they're moving south, farther away from the fires, trying to get as far away as they can. I think most of them are going to Meadowfen. I think that's where he said he was going to take them.
All right. Well, if he does mysteriously come back this evening or today, tell him to look for us.
Was there a message you wanted me to pass on?
Tell him it's time to end all of it. All of this scorched grove, and that he should play a part in it.
Aye, I will. He should. He was there the last time. He should be there this time. Thanks, lad.
Trillo.
No.
Thank you.
And, when you come back from it, you come back from this, yeah?
Oh yeah, of course.
When you do,
relaxing ahead of me.
Exactly. You come here, I'll show you the time of your life. One night, everything's on me. Right? You and your mates.
Okay, sure. As long as there's a spa involved at some point, I'm in.
Let's see what can be arranged.
Wonderful.
Spa, indeed. All right. Best of luck to you then, lad.
Thank you, Trillo. Stay safe.
Yeah, cool. So, yeah, Riffin ain't there. You all presumably head down to the tender's headquarters.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you do that. When you arrive, you're greeted by good friend Havel. Oh, hi. How'd it go? You found it. I saw it up. I saw it up in the council, the courtyard. Is there something you need? Or are we? You'd be here to see Susan. She's been asking for you, but I told her that she should focus on getting better. But she's pretty persistent. I struggle to keep her in her bed. Got her changing someone else's bandages this morning. She nearly collapsed before I could get her back to her own bed. She doesn't know her own limits.
That's fair, but we do have a question for you.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Have you heard of a Hiveheart?
The name rings a bell. What is it, a legend?
Yeah, something about like apparently Helvig used to have it, and the legend, I mean, they can tell the story better than I can.
Sure. Look, I can go and look it up. I'm a bit busy. Is it urgent? If it's urgent, I'll go now.
I kind of look at everyone else, and actually, Benneck's not sure how urgent this information actually is.
I don't think it's urgent, is it?
I mean, no. I'll do some reading this evening.
I understand if you're busy, so like.
So the Tenders headquarters is another sort of hospital area, and the Tenders are all like healers and yeah, they're medical specialists by trade. Havel particularly is very good at that. The last time you were here, the place was full of people who were injured. He was literally changing a bandage when you found him. He says, yeah, all right. I'll have a look later. You want to see Susan?
Yeah, before we do that, group huddle? Group
Sure.
huddle.
Me as well?
Respectfully, no.
Okay, no worries. I'll get back to it then. I'll see you later. She's upstairs, room 3.
Thank you.
Am I there at this point in time?
I'd say so.
Sure, cool, thank you.
Is it a good idea to ask Susan if she's as unwell as he says she is? Like, I didn't realize the state she was in. Are we sure about this? Is there another magic user that we know that we could ask instead? Thoughts?
I agree. If she's injured from the battle, we should not ask her to come with.
Well,
And one of you go.
You go.
Oh
No, you go, Benneck.
What I was gonna say is if
You go, Benneck.
right, thank you.
Permission granted.
I will end you with this blessed knife. that shit out. Anyway, what I was gonna say is that one of the professors might help us if they know.
Can they get here tonight, though? That's the only problem. We need someone now. It's a whole city. There's got to be someone.
What about our friend? Enter name here. The cat that does magic items.
Eliza, I
Liza?
don't think she's a...
Liza is not a
No.
wizard.
She's
Not a
more like a broker.
No.
Never
If
mind.
Eliza was a spellcaster, that whole Frey Meriden and 3 bandits would not have been a problem.
Lazarus, you're old. Do you know any other wizards in town?
Wow.
Yeah,
Blunt, but-
you're old.
Damn. Even I'm not that
Hey,
ruthless.
She's not wrong.
Hey.
Actually, while they were talking, could Lazarus have tried to slip away?
Oh,
Go
you
speak with
bitch.
Susie on his own?
Yes, Benneck, make a perception check. Lazarus, make a stealth check.
I swear, dude.
I'm
The
not-
amaranthines above. I'm using that D6
12.
theorem.
God, 12 and 12.
Fuck you.
Benneck, you
Hey,
see
we got a
Lazarus.
raid.
Oh, fourth culture. Welcome.
Fourth culture.
Welcome,
Hey.
Raiders.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Humblewood. We are at season 3, episode 1. This is exciting. Thank you so much for the raid. We have an exciting giveaway this evening. If you type !ticket in chat and hang around till the end, you could be the recipient of a beautiful spell tracker dice box from Wooten Forge Gaming Accessories. They are local to WA and they're amazing folks and we adore them. Also, head over to wootenforge.com to check out all that beautiful, beautiful stuff and use the code HUMBLE1 at checkout for a discount. Exciting stuff. Tell us what you were doing, Fourth Culture. You're a D&D channel, aren't you? We are just finding out whether or not resident bad dad Lazarus is going to manage to sneak away. The answer is no, because Benneck burned his D6. So, Benneck, you spot Lazarus, but he's going up the stairs. He's not trying to, flee. Or if he is, he's doing it in a very inefficient way because he's going deeper into a building.
All right.
Are you going to just stay or are you going to follow him? Or
I'm just gonna roll to decide because I'm not actually sure.
Mm.
I have to allocate in my brain. Okay. I don't follow. I do keep a lookout at
You
the
watch him. Okay.
Laz. Hallway.
Sure. Lazarus, you go upstairs. You may notice that Benneck is watching the shit out of you, but doesn't seem to be following you.
I'll toss him a wink.
It's the
Just
only way you
gone.
communicate with each other.
Only,
Like
that
an
is
audible
entirely a
glares and-
relationship.
glares and
Glares
winks.
But I would go to room 3. I want to find Susie.
Yeah, no worries. That's amazing. Thank you, Serum. So yeah, you do that. Susan is in there. She's in a room with, there's 2 other beds along with her. She's in the middle one. She is not well. She was already a bit banged up before, and I say that is a very nice and gentle way of putting how badly screwed up she was. She is now even more so. Where did I put the notes on how bad she is? Yeah, she is covered in bandages. She's missing even more quills from her back than she was before. The left-hand side of her face is covered in a poultice. One arm is in her withered arm is okay, but her other arm is in a sling. So yeah, she doesn't look very good at all. Normal, her familiar is perched on her shoulder, and he's not flying, which he normally would be, because one of his wings has been burnt.
Okay. Lazarus would go up next to her bed. Is there like
She's awake.
water that I can? Okay, good. Is
Yeah.
there like water I can get her from a pitcher into a cup or anything?
Yeah. She says, Laz? Hey,
Susie.
did you
We made it
find it?
back. We did.
Oh,
Yes.
good. That's good.
Yes.
Laz, I was very silly.
I can see this.
But I think I did some good.
You always do. We're getting old. And Laz will kind of sink into a chair next to her, and
Speak for yourself.
slip his healing potion into the water, and hand it to her. Not because I think it'll actually help her a lot, but just to more like ease the pain.
Yeah. Yeah. And she sighs as like, oh, thank you. Are the others all right?
They'll be fine. They're young and brave kids, adventurers. And he'll start to like take off like the gauntlets and the armor and just sort of like drop it on the ground, and you can see like missing feathers on his arms and everything from the, not even just from the years, but also from that last fight.
That fight, yeah.
Beating. I had come here to ask for more. But
What do you need?
the rituals we need, they require so much.
And she begins to sit up. He's like, well then, I should probably get up.
No, Susie. No. I've already asked too much of you.
Are you going?
Yes. I must.
Then I'll go too. And you can hear steel in this woman's voice. She says, but I think I might need a bit of a patch up before we go. Would you mind running a couple of errands for me?
Anything.
I need a few ingredients in my cauldron. And I'm not really up to going and getting it. And everybody else seems rather busy.
Laz will immediately begin writing down whatever she needs to tell.
The ingredients are, well, she hands you a list. Well, she doesn't hand you a list. She doesn't really have a free hand to do it. But she describes a list. She says the only 4 that you won't just find in my tent, which hopefully is still standing, are I need black sage, triform caps. I know they're illegal, and pickled herring, and a skyleaf. Some skyleaf fine. Everything else can be found in my tent, along with my cauldron. Make that for me, and I can patch myself up, and there'll be enough left over to heal half a dozen other people. This is a good thing. And then yes, I'm up for it. What is it do I have to do?
We require another magical user, someone gifted, especially someone like you, gifted with the elements.
You
The
see,
Dean is going to need that assistance from someone powerful.
oh, Charles is here. Oh, good.
Yes, he's come.
No, it's not Charles. Sorry, it's Gabe. Gabe.
Yeah. You won't need to do any fighting. I will leave that to us.
I shall then, but I will come. All right. Well, go. Get me the stuff.
You see, he sighs and he's just like, I just sat down.
The withered hand pats you on the top of your hand and says, then sit with me a minute. Let's just sit as old friends. What are you four doing while these two
Glaring
old
at the fucking hallway.
Well, we're probably, after we've chit-chatted with Havel, we'd probably try to make our way up to Susan.
Yeah. Havel...
So we'd probably meet them in there once Lazarus is sitting down.
Sure. You come in to find Laz just sitting with his friend. Oh, good. There you are. Right. Got a job for you all.
Okay.
I need some stuff fetched. Because I'm a bit banged up.
Yeah, I can see that. Shit.
Thank you. So.
Laz glares at Benneck.
Does
I
Benneck wink? Yes! So functionally, this is a skill check. This is a skill challenge. For speed, you're going to have to split up.
I still have one Skyleaf, by the way. Is that like...
Yeah.
Expired?
It's sorry?
Is it like, it should be fresh Skyleaf and not like... Because I wonder how many days we've been, right? Since I got it.
Yeah, no, it would still be up.
Oh, great. When she says Skyleaf, I go, wait, ta-da.
That would still work.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
have some triform caps. Don't ask me how I got them.
You do not have triform caps.
I have one unused Skyleaf.
Yeah. The other yes. The other you do have. In fact, no. Benneck, can you make me an intelligence check? Straight, flat intelligence. Trish, can you make me an intelligence check as well? These are to determine different things.
Should I roll an intelligence check?
If you like.
I don't know if it will help.
Trish, you know that probably the only place to find triform caps in Alderheart would be the Undercommons.
Nice.
You'd probably be the only person with a decent chance of finding them.
Okay.
Fitting.
Crit fail. Turns out Jude's not very smart.
Yeah.
Jude suffers a brain aneurysm.
No.
Benneck, it does occur to you that there's another piece of Skyleaf in your possession. Not in your possession, but in the group's possession.
Jude.
Huh?
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I was
Trish,
thinking.
so triform caps will be to the Undercommons. You'd have to go, Trish. For the other stuff, the market generally, or around the rest of the tree, you'd probably find Skyleaf, Black Sage, and Pickled Herring. But someone's going to have to go out to the old refugee camp and get the cauldron and the remaining stuff. It's heavy. So basically the way I'll work
Shotgun
this
not.
is if you go, anybody who's paired up gets advantage on the check to find the thing or carry the thing. If you're going alone, then you don't. There are 5 of you, so 2 pairs and a single. Who goes where?
Oh,
Well,
thanks.
I'm
Hannibal.
going for the triform caps because let's be honest, I'm the criminal element here.
Correct.
I've
Susan
also done
chuckles.
crimes.
He has.
Just a different kind of crimes.
Mine are fun crimes.
Yeah.
I am
We
so
did some
torn.
fun crimes. Susan
Look, I'm
pats him on
not
the
a
knee.
lifty person. I'm not a person that lifts things and carries things because I'm not strong.
Why not?
in
You
a
should.
physical sense,
I am
mentally
strong.
incredibly strong. Yes, Jude, you're very strong
I am
physically. So I might go and do the other shopping.
Very well.
Since I will remember the names of the things.
I think of all of us, you're best suited to shopping, Nevermore.
Why,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
best suited to being a criminal.
You're welcome. Thank you.
See,
What is
that's
going
how you
on?
do compliments, everybody. That's how you do compliments.
Is it?
Yes.
We get
don't
along
think so.
sometimes.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
So where
Trish
are
is
you
going to the
Lazarus?
undercommons. Would Nevermore's? Who's going to get the cauldron?
I'll go to get the cauldron. There's still some strength in these old bones.
Okay.
No. You go with Nevermore. I'll go get the cauldron. But if you leave, I will know, and I will hunt you down, and I will end you. Are we clear?
Laz will smirk at him and immediately turn invisible for a moment. Cast invisibility.
Benneck, you don't stand a chance against my father. Face it.
I am so like on edge. I cast spell.
Love
Jude, Jude, Trish. Given that you're going down to the more nasty section of the Alderheart, would you like somebody else to take the staff? Just in
Oh.
case you get mugged?
You know what? That's probably a good idea, actually.
Ta.
Should
And
I
I'll
take
just-
it?
I'll snap it out of your hands. Oh, do you want to hold it, Jude? Well, actually, you're leaving the tree entirely.
Yes, you keep it. You keep
Yes,
it.
you're right. I should definitely keep it.
Be careful though. You've held it
I'll
for a
hold
while.
on to it. Yes,
I mean,
well, I'll make
Lazarus,
sure.
Lazarus isn't leaving. He could hold it.
No, I'll be fine. And I'll
What's
kind of
that? You
hold
said to
it
have it? Hell
closer
no.
to my eye. I'll like hold it a little bit closer to my face, almost like closer to the eye, as if that's going to help. Is this going to help, Irileth?
She says there's no particular need once you're in physical contact with it. It's actually going
Okay,
up your
cool.
arm, and you look down and you can see, like almost see through your arm, that the wave of cold energy is passing up your arm. Did you give the spine back to Jude?
Yeah, I'd say so. Jude's the spine keeper.
Jude, the spine keeper.
Say
Yes.
that to Helvig in front of his face.
All right,
Now
so
he's dead.
Laz and Nevermore, Bird Boys are going to go and find
Bird boys, what you gonna shop?
More like the
Good
Ebon
shot.
Hearts.
The
I'm not
Ebenharts
there.
are going to go shopping. Trish is going to go thieving, and the other two are going to go carry shit. That makes sense. Benneck is a lifter.
You gotta work out as a wizard. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Jude
that's it.
has some interesting questions for Benneck as they go on their journey.
Love it. So here's my
Please,
question to
got
you.
anything with
I
Jude.
will modify the DC to this depending on how you do this.
Mhm.
So, Trish, tell me, how do you go find some triform caps?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the Undercommons and I'm gonna scan around, see if there's any familiar faces, people I know from my thieving days who I had a rapport with.
Sure.
Friendly thieves.
All right. Make me an investigation if you're looking for something specific.
All right. Investigation.
16. Yeah. Couple of people you never got their names. But there is a shady looking fellow Mapatch who's normally, you've got like the bandit eyes. This one is like they're particularly pronounced on their face. Like the rest of the fur is quite a bit lighter, and then there's really dark eye patches. This place is different. Like the rest of Alderheart is like bustling with a nervous energy. The Undercommons is quiet in a way that it's not normally. It used to be quite a loud, bustly place as well. But yeah, quiet in that a lot of the people who live in it aren't there anymore. And those that did are like waiting for something. he sort of nods to her, like does the reverse up nod.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, how's it going?
I mean, the apocalypse is coming, but
You're not wrong. Speaking
heard
of,
you were going to do something about it.
well, I'm gonna try. Speaking of what I'm gonna do about it, do you know where I might get some triform caps?
Shit. I thought you were going to do something about it. Okay. 2 streets over. Ask for steels.
Steals. Thanks.
You presumably head 2 streets over and ask for steels.
I sure do.
The biggest map patch you have ever seen is like leaning super cash against a wall. This guy
Okay.
is a man mountain. He is enormous.
Yeah, he
This
is.
is
Okay.
like he makes like tall as well. Like he is 8 foot. And like just rippling. Like you almost think he's had enlarge reduce cast on him. Like this, he is a size class too big.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh, hey, can I help you?"
Oh, I don't know, handsome. Maybe you can. Do you know where I could get some triform caps?
"Oh, honey."
Juices.
His tail is like long and thin, like but live, like it's been well kept. Like he actually like he grooms and clearly juices.
Nice.
And he's like, "Well, I don't know about. I wouldn't know where to." Sorry, his voice is. "Oh, I wouldn't know where to go about getting anything like that. But if you're looking for some fun guy." He opens a bag and is like, "These are quite good." And those are they're triform caps. He says, "Wouldn't set you back too much. How much do you need?"
How much do I need, God?
A handful.
Okay. Just a handful.
It's like, "Just for a bit of a party?"
Yeah. End of the world and all that. I'm about to go fight a giant fire beast. I don't want to be present for that.
"Oh, that's where I know you from. That's cool. And you know what? Just this once on the house.
Thank you.
If
You
you
are too
survive, come back and see me. I'll give you the house discount."
Ooh, I will. Thank you.
Yeah, he
And
closed.
that was laden with juice.
Yep.
Nice.
Juice implied.
Yeah, it's serious.
I'll give you
implication
the
of juice.
house dick count.
Oh no.
One penis. Okay.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Lazarus and Nevermore, you search for other things. Has Benneck mentioned the Skyleaf thing before he went his own way?
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So you're looking for pickled herring and black sage, which is a great name for a band. If anyone wants it, it's welcome.
Is there like a little market square with stalls set up where we might be able to find that kind of stuff?
The
or-
market is still there, but it's not very well attended. But yeah, you could probably. How would you go about finding it? Would you just ask around, or would you? Yeah.
Watch this, Father. Watch and maybe learn.
I doubt it. but
I'm going to
sure.
stand up on a raised platform and I'll hold the staff up and slam it to the ground. Attention, citizens of the Humblewood! And I'll
Yeah,
just kind of
about
look
like
around to
3
see if I
dozen
get people's
faces, sort
attention.
of. Oh, and you hear it was like, "Oh, is that Lazarus? That's cool. Hey, oh wow."
It is I, Nevermore, son of Lazarus. And I'll gesture to Lazarus. And
Cool.
we require your help to save the Humblewood. We require pickled herring and black sage. Anybody
Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion or performance?
No,
Well, they're both
persuasion.
+4. Come on,
Hey,
please be high.
nice.
Oh, double 20s. Nice.
Filthy 20. All right.
Do
Yeah.
you have a shrubbery?
Yeah, actually, so a little old Joe Bean lady goes, well, I've got black sage here. What do you need it for? Are the heroes making a stew?
That my mom.
Somewhat.
Sandra.
It's a concoction that will assist. I'll kind of tone down a little bit at this point in time, hoping that somebody brings pickled herring. But yes, it's a concoction that will assist one of the assistants to the Wildwood Brigade.
She is very much actually picking it from her front garden, and sort of hands you a good bunch. And she says, "Well, I'm glad to help. Go."
Is there
young
anything
man."
I can do for you in return?
Laz is already generously dropping goals in front of her.
Okay, right. It's like, is this a Juice question?
I guess saving the Humblewoods quite the reward, isn't it?
She says, I mean, I don't need anything particular, young man.
You're very pretty. Goodbye.
They never.
See,
and then she scoops up
smooth
the
as
half
well,
dozen
Father.
pieces of gold that Lazarus
Smooth.
put down in front.
Very sorry.
And she winks at you.
Pickled herring.
And a similar interaction that I won't subject the audience to.
Thank you.
But with an elderly Luma man, and like, here you are, young man. There you are, and a big jar full of pickled herring.
Remember these two individuals, for they have taken part in saving the Humblewood. Huzzah! And
and you sort of lift the old man up. It's like he's a tiny Luma, so he's really light.
Lazarus gives a like attempted huzzah with him to support his son in his efforts of a little bit.
hey,
Also,
I did it. Check it out. I got black
was,
sage. I got pickled herring. Happy days.
Brilliant. That was
Thank you for supporting me,
brilliant,
Father.
son.
Amazing.
Yes.
And the old man sort of totters away. You know, in Emperor's New Groove, the old man who's like, "We're at the groove." That. Don't throw off his groove. Don't give them pickled herring. Beware
As
the
we're-
herring.
As we're walking back, and this is just a comment that Lazarus is gonna make to his son. There are more pressing things right now, son, but I do think we need to speak about this Irileth figure and their influence on your life. It's a recent rule, but Rule 108, be skeptical of otherworldly voices.
Good rule. Good rule. I'll kind of pull my little notepad out, sketch it down.
Lazarus, can you make me a perception check, please?
Yeah. 15.
You notice that Nevermore, before he pulls out his notepad to write down that rule, was absent-mindedly stroking Borealis.
Son, I think you need a break from this Borealis. And I'll put a hand on it.
Okay, just don't move too far away from me, please. I kind of want it out of my head, and this is going to help. You can hold it, just don't go,
And and Lazarus will stare into it in Rule 108. Be skeptical.
Okay.
Okay, fine, you can hold it.
Okay. Jude and Benneck. So the deal is there is like fire creatures out there, like just popping into existence sometimes. And yeah, so it's how do you go about getting this thing and bringing it back?
Shit.
I've definitely got my sword out the entire time as we're walking, but I'm like deep in conversation. Maybe one-sided, but deep in conversation.
All right, what are you talking about?
So Trish told me about the juice, but I have no clue what the juice is.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what the juice is?
I mean, that's like a drink, isn't it?
No, that's what I asked. She was talking about a cocktail and flirting,
Right.
right? So it's like the
Sorry?
mix of the...
He kind of looks at you now. He was like paying attention to the like fire shit. It's like, what?
So like the two juices mix and the juice makes a cocktail, right? That's what the love making is. But I cannot work out what the juice is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So like, what do you think it is?
Well, could be. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's what Trish intended. But, so you're saying this juice
Mm-hmm.
has to do with,
Love making.
right, like something that would help with that?
Yeah, I guess so. Like babies. I think the juice makes babies? No, that can't be right.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like that's right. Especially as I look at my tenants. It seems like it might be to help people to make babies. Because I hear there's some like potions, right?
Right?
That kind of, I think people back home call it being inspired.
So how would
Make a
you
baby.
describe love making?
How would I describe lovemaking?
Yeah.
Well, what kind? There's different kinds.
What?
There's different kinds. Do you mean like we're just exchanging love for each other, like kissing, or we are... Oh, that's probably what she meant. We are...
Kissing.
Shit. He's kind of like starts to smile like he didn't figure it out, and now he's figured it out, and now he's in a position. No, her analogy's got a point. It's people exchanging juices. Yeah.
Is that what kissing is?
No. Well, again, different. Kissing's different. What a very... I'm glad we didn't get attacked by fire creatures while we're having this conversation.
I have my sword out. It's
No,
fine.
they respect this. This needs to.
They're like, oh shit.
You're both just
Never mind.
throwing javelins and occasionally casting spells to make them keep away. Ah. Mother of Bunnies, I agree completely. Someone, dear God, please just explain in simple, straightforward
Gotta
terms.
ask Laz.
Yeah, Laz would tell. Laz would just teach Jude how to cast Unseen Seven, and then they'll call it there.
I'll do it. I don't know how mice work.
Yeah, she'd also think that eggs were involved and she was gonna lay an egg.
I'm not really sure how your folk procreate, make babies.
Procreate?
It means the same thing as make babies.
Oh, make babies. Procreate. Okay. So what is kissing?
Can you both roll me athletics checks while you're doing this?
Yeah.
Because I
worked
really
out
meant,
mine.
like, how do you go about carrying the cauldron back? Not what do you talk about while you're doing
We
it.
carry the cauldron. I take one side, Benneck takes the other.
And you
Yeah.
both do an excellent job of carrying it back.
I work out, man.
You're super
Slow as-
speedy and therefore manage to avoid the worst of the animal of the fire creatures. I don't want to hurry this along, but we are nearing the end of the session. It's great. If there's anything more, Benneck, you would like to do or say your piece now.
Where did we leave off? My brain just like flushed everything out.
Dispose of that
Yes.
information as quickly as possible. Yeah, how does
Bye.
kissing work?
Get me out. Well, people say that kissing is supposed to be, just a form of affection you show to somebody that you really want to, not just, well, it doesn't even necessarily mean to procreate with, but just the person you want to, spend time with, not like in a friendly way, but like more than that.
Oh. So not friendly and not family.
No.
This conversation is being had with a giant, I think I said it was a snail shell cauldron in between.
We're just we're facing
can't
each other, but
see each
sometimes
other.
I face away. Oh, you can't see each other?
It's too
Great,
big. You're
brilliant.
holding it like it's in between you, and it's got a bunch of ingredients in it.
That might make it better for Benneck that he
It
can't.
does.
Cool.
You can't see his sullen expression, which is nice.
I just started hugging people,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to kiss people.
Well, you don't have to. You
Okay, I don't have to
No, you don't
unless
have to
I
do
like them more than a friend. I've never liked anyone more than a friend.
it. And that's fine.
Hmm.
Also, you don't have to kiss people. If you do find somebody that you like more than a friend, that's just like one way to show. They say anyway.
How?
What do you mean how?
How do you kiss?
Put like, I guess in like a step-by-step process.
Uh-huh.
That like the most basic and the only kind of kiss I'm aware of is just when like your lips would meet the person who likes lips would meet, or beaks for us. It's more like we just cuddle and tap, but it's the same. It feels the same.
Huh. Okay.
Jude, make me an intelligence check.
With my -2.
Yeah, did that.
3.
No, don't worry. Cool. All right, you get the cauldron back to the place. Susan is there. Jude, Susan, basically, I'm rushing this because something has to happen by the end of the session. So, Jude, you get it back there, and everybody else is gathered, and you've got all the stuff. And Susan says, "Now then, I'm going to need a little bit of help because I'm somewhat arm challenged. But perhaps you, Jude, could do the mixing for me. Would you mind?" So she basically directs you in the concocting of this potion.
Dude's
Now-
good at stirring as well. Helped.
Yeah, oh my god.
Arm.
So
I
good
believe.
at stirring. And Benneck, I want to be very clear. Which skyleaf are you putting in? It's the one you had, but there's another one that the party possesses.
Didn't we feed it to the frog stone?
No. There is one wrapped around the hilt of the
Oh.
The
Borealis.
Grab it. Grab it.
Don't touch the rune. So I'm only gonna give my skyleaf and not the one that's around the hilt of the goddamn ass thing.
Your funeral, okay.
He didn't tell me Borealis enchanted skyleaf.
Hey, well, she doesn't know that there's a Borealis enchanted skyleaf. She just wants skyleaf.
Yeah, so
But-
she'll have just normal skyleaf.
Yeah, sure. It's been hanging around with you for a while.
Oh no.
So yeah, it all goes in there.
Oh, I show her, like, is this fine?
And she says, she picks it up and examines it closely, and you can see that she's actually making an Arcana check, but like she's determining it for magical properties. And she says, "You see, skyleaf is very marvelous stuff. It is elementally inclined, and it's a bit of a siphon for basic magics. This will do, thank you. Are you
What?
sure? Well, it's sort of it absorbs magic.
Oh, so that's why he can hold it, and I point out at the skyleaf that is around the Borealis.
That's not why. No, I believe that he can hold it because he's attuned to it. But the skyleaf, it's why it's not dead.
Oh,
It's why it can grow basically anywhere.
so we don't need that skyleaf.
That might work better. But
You're the one
It's
who
quite
cooks
pretty
the
there.
potion.
well, look, it's been cooking in the juice of a
Why don't you just
Powerful
switch them
element.
over? Switch them
powerful
around, Benneck.
elemental creature for
Sure, why not?
thousands of years.
Yeah.
And
Lazarus
she goes,
is bringing this.
She holds it up in her hands. It's like, oh my, yes, all right. Okay, good, thank you. And pops it in the cauldron. And immediately the cauldron begins bubbling violently.
Ooh.
A sickly greenish light beams straight up from it, bathing the room in a strange, cool glow.
Oh, Benneck.
Benneck, because you were the one who handed it to Susan, you were standing very close to the cauldron,
Yep.
and you catch the beam of light full in the face, and you feel at your waist, you feel stuff on your belt get lighter. And then there is a sort of the feeling of sand pouring onto your foot.
Yes.
And Susan goes, "Oh wow, that's marvelous." And you can see that because she's been standing in the bathing in this as well. She's just like, "Oh goodness me, that feels so much better." And she reaches up with her withered arm, and it looks a little less withered. Like not 100%, but it looks better. And she pulls the poultice off, and the skin underneath she's still a bit of an older lady, but it's fresh. It's not scarred anymore. It's not damaged. And she goes, "Oh, that's better. Oh, we need to bottle this. We need to bottle it up. People need to take a draft of it." Benneck, do you want to check out your
Yeah, look down, especially for like bottles. Sure, I carry stuff with me. If
you've got a couple of bottles in your pockets. You going into your bag, your big sack to get your
my
bottles
sack.
out. Where do you keep your spell book? Is it in a pouch on your belt, or do you keep it in your sack?
As you can see in the art, and now it's gone. It's right here, like as a stand up, like
that's
tied
what I
up to
thought.
a belt.
Yeah. As you're going to go for this, you realize that the weight of your spell book is gone, and as you bend over, the bit of sand falls out of the pocket, and you realize that your spell book has turned to sand. Like, it's actually not sand, it's dust.
He grabs at them. He's like, no, and goes to like try and put them together.
You also had 2 other items on you. Your dagger at your belt has also turned to dust.
Yep.
And there's one other item in your bag. I don't know where you stored it. The pair of bracelets, pair of manacles, if you will. That's where the sand in your bag is coming out from. The Talon card on the deck of Many's Harrow deck. All magic items the character owns disintegrate immediately.
Are potions of greater healing magic items?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one, Benneck?
I also have 3 protection from evil and good, whatever that means. Time to start deleting shit. No spell book.
If you don't have a spell book, can you not cast spells?
No, I can't cast spells.
Oh, okay.
The ones I remember. Right now, that is.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to prepare other spells, would you? You just have access to the ones here. Excuse me.
You've already prepared.
Yeah.
Laz will go up to Benneck and put a hand on his shoulder.
Don't touch me.
And Susan sees it and goes, "Oh. Oh dear. I don't know why that happened. Where did you get the triform caps?"
From a guy. Why are you asking?
Oh.
He seems very trustworthy.
They weren't fresh.
I didn't ask. You didn't say they had to be fresh.
No.
You gave them to me for free.
Well, look. On the upside, I'm feeling a lot better, and I am up for.
It's fine, right? We need to bottle it up before it gets any more wasted.
She and we'll leave it there, I think. This is what happens when we have to roll on the Harrow deck. It's one of the less bad ones, to be honest. And I was like, hey, Benneck doesn't have very much magic shit. I love that you went and enchanted your knife.
Yeah, I didn't know shit was going down.
Oh, dear.
In character,
Let's go back there. I got another knife. You guys mind?
It's okay, no, to bury. Come on. It happens.
Yeah, it's really Doom Donkey that you have to, like, it could have been a nice thing that happened to Benneck. Alrighty. Thanks to him, by the way. That was great. I enjoyed it.
Glad he wasn't holding
Of
the
course
Borealis.
he did. Of course he did.
Yeah, it's super lucky he wasn't holding the Borealis.
Jesus.
Oh
my God.
Wow, there goes that whole adventure. Whoops.
God, he would never recover if he just while holding the Borealis, like.
All right. Thank you everybody so much for playing and being and coming and doing and so forth. It's been very good fun. So we shall we have a few things to do now at the end of the game. We have to draw a giveaway, but we also have to do our favorite moments.
Yay!
And we have please chat, give us your favorite moments as well. I need to thank Serum for his amazing work behind the scenes over the course of tonight's episode. I need to thank Breepie, our wonderful artist, who always top shelf. We need to thank our fabulous sponsors, Wooten Forge, purveyors of WA's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. We will be drawing that gorgeous spell tracker dice box shortly, but we're going to do our favorite moments first. And don't forget to check out their website, woodenforge.com. Use the code HUMBLE1 with a capital H, no spaces, for a discount at their checkout. How exciting. Right. Chaps and chapesses. What do we think? Favorite moments?
Want to start with Benneck because Angry Benneck is my favorite. Oh my Lord, Dan, I don't think I've ever seen you angry. And it's like, I had to pull back and I was in character. So just brilliant. I'm very excited to see how next week goes now.
Eldritch Scribe, welcome Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid. We are just doing our favorite moments, but please type !ticket in chat for a chance to win a Spell Tracker dice box by Wooden Forge Gaming Accessories, our amazing sponsor for the season. Benneck was super great. Anybody else favorite Benneck moments?
I genuinely really enjoyed Benneck explaining kissing to Jude, not just because it was hilarious, but also like it was very authentic. Like Benneck sounded very like authentic in the way he was describing affection and the kissing in a way that I was like, okay, all right.
I'm going to piggyback on that because it made me very, very curious about Benneck's backstory. Because originally I was just like, is Benneck pranking Jude or is Dan pranking us? Like, what's he doing? Why is he being, is he being coy about this? Does he not know what Jude's getting at? Because I got the vibe that he didn't really know anything about it. Like he was a little bit in the dark about this himself. And it was really interesting. I was really intrigued about why Benneck, what Benneck's relationship to this information is. It was super cool. Also,
he had one line in it where he goes, "So they say," when he was talking about kissing, that really stood out to me.
I quite enjoy "We Tap Beaks," and it feels the same. And I was just like, "Oh, okay, cool, good lore to have." I also, getting a Harrow, them getting a second. Wow. At least the first one was okay.
The first one was like a lucky break, so I guess this is fine.
I have no problem with there will be a solution regarding your spellbook. I'm sure we can
Dan
manufacture.
Can be reassured.
Benneck is currently freaking out, but like the headmaster of the avium is in the city, just FYI. Like you're also with two other very talented wizards, and Beta's also there. You'd probably be fine. What do we reckon, other people?
I really like all of your banter with Lazarus. That shit fucking kills me. When you were like, I will end you. Like hilarious. I love it.
My personal favorite Benneck moment is actually twice today I let the dice decide because I was like, oh shit, Dan actually doesn't know how Benneck would actually like react to this. And the first time was like letting Lazarus up the stairs, and the second time was figuring out whether he figures out the cipher, I guess, of the juice scenario for the first time. And especially the one with the Lazarus moment makes me go like he's like starting to loosen up in terms of letting Lazarus do stuff. But it's still quite cognizant of the like, I must keep watching. So it's progress, nothing else.
I love Benneck. Great.
I appreciated a couple of things. One was that when we first got to where the tenders were, it was actually Benneck who led the questioning straight away. And it's not something that Benneck usually does. There's a bit of a change in Benneck. He'll usually stand back because I don't know, it feels like he's considered himself to be like somebody who's tagging along. But when we got there, you know, Benneck led the question out of the gate with the hive heart. So that was new. And I also liked I will end you with this blessed knife. When I kept on interjecting when I gave you permission, that was great.
I think I can actually go for a Nevermore favorite moment off the back of that.
Ooh.
Because you, at the very beginning, you were saying, Benneck, are you okay? You did really amazing in there. You stood up. You can hang with us. You're cool. It makes me feel like Benneck took the lead there because he actually feels a bit accepted. I don't know if he necessarily does, but that's certainly the vibe I got. Was that like the defenders reckon I can hang with them? And that was a really lovely moment. And it was like Nevermore is a duality. He is an arrogant bastard, but he also is actually a deep down quite a nice person. Just doesn't really know how to. And I really enjoyed that. That was a really nice moment of Nevermore. Other folks?
Nevermore's Iralath thing. I think he spoke more to Iralath in today's episode than we've seen in a while.
Yeah. And she's stronger. She can talk more.
Yes, but Nevermore also went to her more.
Yeah.
And there was this moment when she started she gave him a compliment of his brain being big. And there's this new power dynamic between her and him and Iralath that I really like the way that Mitch was playing that.
I adored it.
Yeah, it added more dynamism to Nevermore in how he is, which I really liked.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite Nevermore moment is going to the like plaza or whatever and making a huge show to get other people to find the stuff for him. And Dan was like, I want to curl up and die. I don't want to be around. Who is this man? I'm not associated with it.
Why would I do the legwork? You know what I mean? I'm going to walk there, get everybody else to do it for me.
I was just like, I'm not even going to make him roll for this. This is perfect.
To narrow it down
definitely work.
Even more is in that scene, he said that he was Lazarus's son again, which was like really cool.
Yeah, he hasn't said that in a while.
It has been a hot minute.
Fair favorite Nevermore, retrieving the components for the ritual. I think it's the second time he has used Son of Lazarus card for good. Omi? Yeah.
I feel like, you know, you said before, Nevermore is a bit of a mixture between being an asshole but also caring. I feel like the caring aspect today was probably the most evident when Iralath spoke to me and said, you're probably right now holding that staff the most powerful wizard in the realm. And my first response was, yeah, but it impacts my friends. Like being around me with this power is going to impact them. And I feel like that was really a big part of, you know, he was basically told, if you've got this, you're the most powerful. And his response was just, yeah, but my friends are going to hate it because it's going to be cold all the time. So, and I was also the spur of the moment coming up with a way of attracting the fire elemental by using Helvig's spine.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
I had
didn't-
not considered that.
Yeah, it just kind of came to me. I was like, oh, we've got Helvig's spine. So yeah.
One from Nelderberry being super candid about with Trish about Irilith at the start. Yeah, he would not normally. Yeah.
I was about to say that too, yeah, because we could have done the usual bickering thing, but you were like, no, Trish isn't an asshole. This is serious. I really liked that moment as well. That was really good.
And Shanahos, I loved when Irilith stroked Nevermore's compliment and it just took off in chat. Yeah, that was great. And Lazarus will try to disappear. Kill Bill music intensifies. Serum, Nevermore suggesting making a wall 200 foot high out of ice just to get the attention of everybody before being shut down by the rest of the party. Like, if Jude thinks this is a bad idea, it's definitely a bad idea.
Yep. Blinded by the power.
Yeah. Cool.
One last one for Nevermore is just the leaning into the Borealis and having trouble, navigating that, because you also, like you said, you started off with, well, it hurts my friends, but then it's like, oh, but I could help me in this new way that could also potentially stop it from hurting my friends too, but benefit me in this, and then becoming very possessive of it was very, very good.
Yeah. It's I don't have to tell Mitch how to do it. I don't have to give to Mitch too much because he gets what I'm putting down. It's really, really lovely. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's talk about somebody else. We've stroked Mitch enough.
Let's talk about Trish, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about Trish. Trish did some amazing work. Who's going to say it
Trish
first?
hitting on the illegal iPhone caps.
Yeah.
What did you walk up and you were like, did you say, hey, handsome or something? And I was like, we all took a step back and went, ooh, Trish.
Trish is off on her own doing criminal shit.
Trish is flirty. I didn't know Trish was flirty.
Flirty criminal.
She hasn't met a lot of Mapatch.
She's got a cocktail appointment for after this battle that she intends to keep.
With steals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you're both going to be fucked up on tricaps.
Maybe.
Oh, my Lord.
That was great.
I mean, stealing the obvious one, the speech, the rousing speech to the peasants, like, kind of, letting everybody know that we have this thing and we're going to deal with it now. That was really well handled, and I'm glad that Trish was put forward for that. I think it was you, Jude, who was like, Trish, say something. And I think that was the right move, because Trish is the one that could definitely handle it the best.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think Jude usually takes point on saying things, or has done in the past, but she's gotten to a point where she respects Trish as a leader. And I think that's because of the way Rachel plays Trish these days, of like Trish's growth, coming into this sort of leader of the group, not officially, but in like a passive way.
Leader of the group.
I think so. Passively.
She does it so well that Nevermore doesn't even notice.
But you don't have a lake anymore. You're demoted.
Yeah, I mean, like, this whole session was really demonstrative of that. Not just the speech, but every other. I feel like it was like every few rolls was just like, oh, Trish is here to save the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we're all failing.
It's systemically good rolling, yeah.
And she comes in and is just cleaning up for us. And it worked well with that sort of, exactly you said, passive leadership that sort of, when called upon, she can lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has actually always been Trish, even back to season 1. When necessary, Trish steps up. She's rarely the first to do so. She's becoming more and more, but when it's someone needs to, Trish will. And even back to season 1, that was who Trish was.
What I was gonna say was Mitch mentioned the speech itself, but what was like really what struck out to me in the moment, especially, was the resolve to go speak when Jude prompted it. Was like, no, yeah, somebody's gotta do it, and then the like momentary thing of like, if no one else, like I will, and I have to get there. And then being followed by that gorgeous speech was just like, mwah.
Yeah, I'm going to say the speech as well, but for a totally different reason. I had a pre-prepared speech, and yours was better. There is one from the book that Beta was going to say, and I said about a quarter of it. But I was just like, I don't need this here. There is no need for this. Trish has done too good of a job for Beta to really need to egg this pudding any further. Don't put egg in a pudding.
I've heard egg this pudding more before.
Oh, all right.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah, there you are. That's a new phrase where you learn something every week. I did enjoy that, but because I also don't want to just go with the same one. I really enjoyed Trish and Jude in baths together, like hanging out.
It was cute.
Gossiping.
Sorry?
Just
gossiping. Yeah. I was imagining a pair of them there, both with like the cucumber over the eyes. One of you sipping tea, the other pounding mashed potato in the bar.
Face masks on offer.
Yeah. Yeah, dead set. I've got a lot from chat. Trish had a lot of love from chat. Trish only needs the group when they're walking along in the most dangerous spots. Jude is confused. Makes me think of big fat Greek wedding mom saying, man is the head, but the woman is the neck. And she turns the head whichever way she wants.
Yes.
Hashtag Benneck must die 2021. Wow.
Damn it,
we love Spellbook and Magic Items died. There was loads more. I saw them. All the sass. Trish rocked my socks today from Small Town Creepy. So much good, starting with the convo, with the void and all the sass. Favorite Trish, seeing her smooth crime mode. Finally being an underground rogue person. Yeah, no sloppy crime today. Juice crime, maybe.
Not a crime.
That's not a crime.
Not the way I do it.
Shanahoss, when Nevermore took 2 showers, took up a shower using 2 bathtubs. Yeah, also fun. Omi. No, I've said that one. Okay. Yeah, very, very good. Any others? We finished stroking Jude. Trish, should we talk about Jude? All right, let's talk about Jude. Jude was pretty good.
I made a resolve to myself to personally one-on-one chat with every member of this party about sex. To put the puzzle together that is lovemaking for Jude.
Oh, Nevermore's already looking forward to it.
I was like, Benneck can't explain the particulars of Gerbeans. So.
Yeah. No, you go.
I was gonna say I loved the prayer to Gaspard. The whole thing was.
Also, what is the juice?
Hey Gaspard, it's Jude. Like the casual.
We haven't spoken in a while.
Anyway, bye. Like so cute. I loved it.
I quite enjoyed the when the priest is like, "Don't put your hands in the water." And you're like, "Oh, sorry." And like I've really enjoyed AJ's. Like I usually enjoy AJ's physical acting, but I really enjoyed a lot of your physical acting today. Like you apologized for it in the break. You were like, "I'm eating breakfast because everyone else is talking," but I actually really liked it because there is an art to finding the levity when everything else is quite serious and keeping that balance. So it's not all heavy all the time. Like this is a dark moment in the whole in the story. This is the darkness before the dawn, and Jude lightened it a little bit with pounding muffins in the background, and I think managed to do it in a way that wasn't distracting. It was just fun. So yeah, props to AJ.
There was one line, and it was just when you were asked, "How can you bear to hold it?" When we were talking with the council and mentioning the staff, and you instantly just came back with, "Because we must." And that was just one of those moments where Jude said something like kind of, not just true, but like deep.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like because we ate muffins. It was like it was like a deep thing. I just like that one line in particular.
I quite liked it because Jude hasn't held it.
Profound is the word. Thank you, Bishop Blood. Profound.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
profound.
true.
Yes, it was. Because we must. Exactly. Josh is right. Jude nomming the muffins during the serious talk was actually quite in character for Jude. Yeah, absolutely.
That's small town creepy kind of mentioned it, but that's what I was gonna bring up today. The big word that you misused somehow in the wherever the fuck we were, my brain just died. Just blue screen. Just the relationship with like, oh, this is a new word I have to accommodate into my vocabulary now, like procreate. Or like using like another thing. I just like, maybe we'll get that intelligence positive. Don't worry. We'll get
Maybe one day Jude will be able to read.
There's a Harrow for that.
Is it really?
There's a lot of Harrows that I wish Jude would get, because it would be funny.
We were really hoping for number 7. We were hoping for a 7 to come up.
Oh, was it the 7?
That's the gender change.
That would have been very funny.
One more for Jude, and AJ you kind of already mentioned it, but I want to go a step further. Is it's a good moment for Jude in prompting Trish to say something, but I also think it's a really good AJ moment, because I think it's really good when you can, as a player and an actor, know to prompt someone to do something is really important for collaborative storytelling, because I think a lot of people in those types of moments, their mind goes to, oh, what's something I can say, and not who can say this, who can do this, who can I prompt to do this, because they're the right person for that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty, well, let's talk about Sean. Let's talk about Laz, because Laz had some
I have
gorgeous
one
moments.
off the bat.
Go on then.
Playing with Laz's age in the way that his physicality and when he was like, I just sat down with you could really feel it. You could feel the age and the weight of the world on Laz, and it was impacting.
I was gonna say that, but I was gonna say when he just fell into bed, when a bath was run, Nevermore gets into 2 baths. Laz just goes boom. And I saw the ash and dust like poof off him as he collapsed in my head. I was like, I know exactly what that looks like. The poor guy. I have felt that. He's just feeling his age, and when you said he leans backwards and just sort of I'm getting too old for this shit. It was so perfect. It was a Danny Glover moment. It was great.
I have a second one, but I'll see if anyone else doesn't say it.
Yeah, let's leave.
Oh, thank the gods. Oh no, I just like.
Look, I really liked the whole conversation with Susie. It was really beautiful, and just the history you guys have, and just the trust between you was really, really beautiful.
Yeah, Small Town Creepy agrees. As does Amy. Yeah, I definitely agree. It was gorgeous. The little things like taking the gauntlets off from Elderberry. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of weight of the world, I remembered it now. When I think we were at the council and the dean was talking about the plan then Lazarus interjected that like he knew specifically where the circle was, and just like reiterating that he's been there before, but not really like telling anything or like the story around it. But you can feel the like gravitas on how it like heavy that was the first time they went.
Yeah, absolutely.
The banter between Benneck and Lazarus, the winking back and forth, that's definitely a highlight for me. And just the fact that you even attempted to sneak off with the way that Benneck's been, that's kind of says that you're realizing you can start to kind of push the limits a little bit. So yeah, I dug that.
And you lost it all when his spell book died.
I was going to add Lazarus in the marketplace watching his son use their titles and the things to get what he wanted. And I don't know if it was Sean being reserved or Lazarus, but the way he was kind of behaving towards his son was like, have I messed up? Have I raised him wrong? Like,
am I a
questioning life choices of being like, is it too late to discipline my son for being
the way he says that? I feel like he says that a lot. Is that bad?
but the woo at the end, like woo.
And then being like adding new rules into the rule system that you've been telling Nevermore for years about being like, be skeptical about the thing in your head. It was like you're still trying to parent him because you're like, oh, how do I
maybe I can fix this. Maybe I can fix this. He's got some sort of
keep
angel
slapping
thing
rules on
face.
it till it's
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Go on, favorite self moment, Sean.
I just like making rules now. Like I didn't do it in the beginning, and now I'm like, what can I make a rule? And I really liked the moment because I kind of just was gonna have it be like a walk and talk, just sort of like, we need to talk about this thing in your head, and throw the rule out there. But then Josh and you pitched the staff caressing happening. I was very proud of just sort of that very small moment of something that was funny to then serious and rule 108, be skeptical, because that's important to Laz.
Yeah, absolutely. Loved it. The precious moment, yes.
It's time to talk about the DM.
Yeah, Serum 76, knowing when to just let the 5 whirlwinds he is conducting loose and knowing when to pull them back into line. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, basically, I'm in a very fortunate position where I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go, but I know it will. My favorite self moment. It's going to be a little one today. I like the acorn. I like the font that was the acorn. Because I was like, they would have a font, and this place already got cool windows, so I need a cool font. And yeah,
Comic Sans.
It's not cool.
Cursed.
You're terrible.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my favorite self moment, was just coming up with that on the fly, because you guys didn't throw me a lot of curveballs. Steels was made up, but yeah, most of it was like relatively easy. But yeah, I enjoyed that.
I really expect Jude talking about juice now as well, so it doesn't.
Sorry?
You go first, Trish. You have my permission.
Thank you very much. I really
You go, Trish.
I'm going.
No idea.
The way you created a really tense atmosphere was amazing. Like, I felt tense. It was so uncomfortable, and it was really good.
Thank you. We use Sirenscape on the channel. Most of the DMs on the channel tend to use Sirenscape. I was particularly proud of that soundscape because I made it custom. It actually has a tense heartbeat under it. It's almost inaudible.
Huh.
It's very, very. I'll put it on. I'll put
You're
it on
saying
now.
subliminal messaging.
As we do
Yeah.
your final favorite moments.
Yeah, it would be so tense. Speaking of tense, my favorite Josh moment is playing Susie, especially with the Laz scene. Just like when Laz, to just pinpoint a specific bit, was when Laz came to tell her about how they were gonna finish, and how the resolve again. That's just my theme of the day. From her being adamant and I'm going to go help, doesn't matter what you say, was really palpable. I felt it, and I was like, I'm not in the scene, I'm just watching.
It's a really, really sweet moment. And what was cool for me about it was that we barely know Susan. We haven't had a lot of her on screen. And Lazarus, he's been around a bit now. Sean knows how to play Lazarus. Lazarus very much is Sean's character. But yeah, we haven't had a lot of Susan, but there was a rapport between them that was instant, and it was really, really lovely. And props to Sean for it.
Yeah, I mean, going off of that, props, I could do it so easily because Susie has just said immediately was a great character upon meeting her, and even better every time we see her, she's even better. The resolve, not just the resolve, but just sort of she's simultaneously a younger and older sister to Laz, and taking that moment and taking his hand in that last moment was really touching and sweet, and a great experience and a great scene to do together.
Thank you. Yeah.
I would say the one that I had written down, and I was nodding the whole time that Dan was saying his thing. I wrote down, because you mentioned she has a real steel in her voice, but even saying that was not necessary because it just came across so well. The way that one moment she was just talking to Lazarus, and the next moment she wasn't just talking to him, she was telling him how it was going to be. And the way you said it just conveyed that full on. But also I liked how you just kind of slipped in the, oh yes, I know, tri-caps are illegal. It's just going through a list of ingredients and just kind of slipping in the fact that tri-caps are illegal, and then just moving on. Was great, yeah. But again, it always just comes down to the fact that we as players are all playing one character, and everybody's playing really, really well, role playing really well, but you're role playing a fuckload of characters as the DM, and you role play all of them really, really well. So kudos to you for being able to do that. It doesn't feel like there's any phone in characters that are just thrown in the mix. Even the ones that you come up with on the spot have personality to them. So yeah,
definitely.
You get one of those bad boys.
Oh, oof.
I was gonna drop in the way that you give lore to us through the NPCs. I know Jude wasn't paying attention, but it was the first couple of scenes with Iralath and then with the Dean, of talking about the magic items and giving the lore of how this would go down and how it would work, and then also talking about how Iralath with the celestial, the demonic, and the third one, and having all of that lore just kind of be dripped in naturally with these NPCs. That's a genuine skill.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. We've got some from chat. Small Town Creepy, my favorite Josh, is a two-part. The party is asking questions, and it is obvious Josh has no fucking clue. Was not planned, but just goes with it as they roll Arcana, and then teasing the Spellfire bar result. Yeah, that was fun. I will be honest as well. If you hadn't put the skyleaf vine from the staff in the potion, she wouldn't have been healed. Like, it would have fixed her up a bit, but you wouldn't have been able to use her for the magic. She just wouldn't have been. I had a thing. Havel would have offered to do it instead. Because he's actually a very capable magic user.
Thank you for prodding me in that direction, I guess, Josh.
But I really wanted it to be Susan. And I was just like, I don't think they're getting that. I don't think they remember that there's a bit of skyleaf around the haft of the thing, because it was a month ago the last time we described that. And I was like, I'll tell him, but he rolled real low. But there's so much that I was like, I want it to happen, but at the same time, I don't want to give him too much. Serum. Favorite Josh giving them blessings so they could later smash Benneck stuff. That's actually Jude's fault. I hadn't considered it. Somebody said it in chat, and I think it was AJ. Said the knife is magic now, and I was like, oh, it is. That's true. It is currently magical. Somebody did. It might have been Serum.
So I did prompt the blessings of the swords.
Yeah.
Just wanted to do it the old-fashioned way with these guys.
Yeah. Josh semi-railroads for good. Yeah. But did it look like a railroad? This is the trick. Anyway, we should go away from here now. But we have a special thing. We need to get your tickets in chat quick, because we are about to draw that prize, that beautiful, beautiful spell tracker box from Wooden Forge Accessories. Don't forget also to use time for some hardwood, exactly. Don't forget also to use Humble1 at checkout when you go to woodenforge.com, which you definitely should do. Guys, thank you so much for coming and playing with me. You've got your last little chance for your giveaway while we do our sign-offs, then we'll draw the thing. So, Rachel, tell me who you are and where you're from.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I am a writer, actor, creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Rachel Foucar. And you can find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, here on the internet. It's a sci-fi spy thriller type situation. Spy stuff, but make it sci-fi, and you should read it.
Heck yeah, you should. It's very, very good. Mitch, tell us about yourself.
Mitch, 34.
5'10".
Yeah, that's about it. No, 5'10". Nah, hell no. Anyway, I'm Mitch Earnshaw. You can find me on Twitter at Mitch_Earnshaw, where I just share random shit and giggle to myself. And yeah, this is where you find me on the Twitter and on the Twitch. Man, I'm starting to get tired. This is where you find me on Twitch, and please, somebody else take it away. So
the Doom Donkey
just words. ASL, man. Man, it's been so long since ASL.
Mitch of the Twitcher. Spy-Fi from Shanahouse as well.
34, yes please. Australia. Is that the answer?
Dan, please save us.
Hi, I'm Dan. I am D-Rep on Twitch chat, and you can find me like Mitch just here next week as I go through the 5 stages of grief of losing everything I cared for that's not alive. Aside from that, yeah, come hang out in various Discords and check out all of these lovely people, and hope to the people who entered that you win. Good vibes around.
Unfortunately, only one can win, but we will have 2 more giveaways throughout the season, so come back and check it out again. Yeah, all the luck. Thank you. Hugs Dan. Benneck was his favorite. Aw, yes. AJ, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm AJ. I'm a DM and world builder over at Winter's Tales. You can go check out my YouTube channel where I do world building episodes every Sunday, where I'm slowly building a world one step at a time that I'll host and DM a game in next year. I'm very psyched for it. Or you can find my regular socials where I keep you up to date with what I'm doing, which are all in chat. So go check them out.
Splendid. Sean, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hi everybody, my name is Sean. I am from Paradise RPG, where you can find me doing all sorts of characters and fun stuff in our flagship D&D game that I DM. And I do other nerdy stuff over there, and we're gonna keep doing nerdy stuff and more nerdy things, and hopefully hanging out with all the fine folks that I got to meet and play with here. And yes, I am resident bad dad. As Lazarus and Oric on Roll for Damage.
Yes. Well, Oric had a doozy last weekend. That was a lovely day. Yeah, please do go check out Paradise RPG. Sean and Shannon, and the Sean and Shannon Power Hour is a thing to behold. And ladies and gentlemen, Madame and Monsieur, Dame under Heron, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I have been Josh the Pirate this evening, and you can find me here on Roll for Damage on Monday nights, DMing the Humblewood. I also program One Shot Wednesdays. This Wednesday, we will have Nikolai Kravchenko, the Cossack Nico himself, will be coming in the DM spot, which is exciting. For a good portion of the Academy of Xandar crew are coming back to be joined with by Hardway Jones for a one-shot on Wednesday. And then next Wednesday, Humblewood crew will be heading over to Corsair's Cove, my new channel, where we will be doing the thing that we were talking about during the table talks, Bizarro World Humblewood, upside down, flip back to front, and all the way around. Baddies. Yeah, I mean, I think Helvig. But Bad Benneck is also fun.
Is that the week after?
No, it's not next Wednesday. It's the Wednesday after.
I do apologize.
22nd.
Avatar the weekend.
I do apologize. Yes, Rhythm will be coming back for One Shot Wednesday on the 15th.
It's just the rhythm of the night.
Rhythm of the Mind. It will be DMing Avatar for it. We're going to do a 6-part series on alternating Wednesdays for the next 12 weeks. With Rhythm and the Avatar crew, because we loved it and you guys loved it, so we're going to keep doing it.
Come see my mop wielding non-bender guy.
Non-bender. Amazing. So guys, if you also like my majestic voice, but you think I could stand to turn the face down a bit, I am part of the There Be Dragons crew. We are a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar and his little dragon Rush. Right. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. We need to draw a giveaway. So guys, last 5 seconds to type ! ticket in chat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Closed. Let us draw that wiener.
Oh,
The Eldritch Scribe! The Eldritch Scribe are the winner.
Yeah. I feel bad.
Amazing.
So bad for Newton's Scan.
Wait, maybe Newton Scan was just double checking.
Oh no, really? Ticket failed to enter giveaway. No running giveaway. Oh, I'm so sorry, Newton Scan. Well, the Eldritch Scribe.
Congratulations, the Eldritch Scribe.
With 7.69% chance to win. We will get that sent out to you. Can we call rigged? Why would we call rigged?
House always wins.
Yeah, amazing, guys. Thank you so much. Eldritch Scribe will be in contact. I already know how to contact Des. Yeah, congratulations. Des came and played a One Shot Wednesday with us a couple of weeks ago. You get to be the amazing lucky recipient of a Wooten Forge box. Amazing stuff. Guys, thank you so much for coming this evening. We are going to be heading off for a raid now. We're going to do what we always do. We pass on the love to another channel. Who's going at the moment? Look, we normally throw it over to Agent Number 1, and I think that sounds like a good idea tonight. He's apparently just chatting, but go and share the love with Agent Number 1. He used to play with Sean over on the scales above, so he loves his D&D. He is often streaming Total Warhammer. So yeah, chuck up your favorite raid emotes in chat, show him the love, and tell him where you came from. And we will see you right here, same bat time, same bat channel, next Monday night for more Humblewood. And Sean, are you ready to come back and hang out again? You're up for one more?
Oh yeah, I'm already emailing my boss to be like, I'm not coming to work that day.
Splendid. I'll try and write you out soon, my friend. Alrighty, guys. Take care. We will, gonna chuck that raid on now. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.